phone. And the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a Sailor store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your Sailor delivery today. Sailor Warehouse, your local U.S. Sailor authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Hi.
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 Tabua. Aoub. What about Aoub? Safula.
Cool, neat story.
Was that supposed to be funny? There's local politics, bud.
Don't go over the rules. It'll take forever. Let's just get to the draft.
Let's get the pumping.
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
It's gonna be fun. We in the thick. I mean, everybody gonna be loud. I'm gonna be loud with them. I'm screaming too. Like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. You ready for this? I am.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Clip Brock here with you. Man, starting to feel like football season. We got a great football show for you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250, 930, also online, pr927fm.com, and make sure you are watching the program on Facebook Live and on YouTube. It's there whenever you need it on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube and on Facebook Live. You can watch this show, The Brian Bailey Show. Got some great pictures and video from ECU Fall Camp, so make sure you are following us on all of our social media accounts, especially during football season. It is information overload. We got it all for you here at Pirate Radio. All right, we will open up the Delcor Players Lounge on this Monday. Coming up in just a little bit, you'll hear from East Carolina quarterback Holton Ahlers. Also in the 4 o'clock hour, Xavier Smith and Rajay Harris. And coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, Miles Berry and Keaton Mitchell. So we've got all those interviews coming your way. We'll also hear Mike Houston's comments from Saturday's practice as he caught us up to date on what's going on at ECU Fall Camp. And we will go out live to the Pirate Radio Live line at 4 o'clock and talk to East Carolina color analyst and former Pirate Kevin Monroe. He'll join us today. First time we've talked to him this football season to get you ready for the 2022 ECU campaign. So all that and a whole lot more on the way. Shirley Rhodes is here. CJ Schaefer is here. And Troy D is to my left on this busy Monday. Hello, Troy.
Sounds like a great show, Clip, as always. Doing well. Hope you are.
We have put in...
You just said hello. I was expecting, how are you doing?
I'll ask you later.
You just said hello.
I did.
I say hello to you.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Thought you'd never ask, Clip. Feel refreshed, actually, on a Monday.
Good to hear.
Yeah,
good to hear.
Kind of got a little relaxation in this weekend, a little work in this weekend. But I am ready to roll, man. I'm getting out of a little bit out of summer mode.
Good.
I've still got 1 foot in summer, and I've got 1 foot into football season. So I'm straddling the fence right now.
I think that's the way to be.
1 foot for football, 1 foot for summer.
Like 3 weeks ago, you declared summer over, and I thought that was a little premature.
It was. I'm sorry.
I think instead of going cold turkey, do it the way you're doing.
Yeah.
Ease out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
Bring in the good things you like about fall.
Yeah.
And still enjoy the latter part of summer.
I really enjoyed the media day today for the high school guys over at Parker's.
What did you enjoy about it?
Well, the family style. It's fantastic.
Because you didn't do any interviews.
Well, I had the pros there. What do I need to do the interviews when I've got my best people on it?
So what were you doing there?
I was there meeting and greeting and talking to everybody and making sure everything was going good, overseeing, kind of like a DOT road crew.
I was
supervising.
Why can't you just say you were there for the free meal?
Clip. I was there for the companionship, the camaraderie.
Hold on. No,
I did get to meet a couple of the coaches, or talk to that I don't get to see on a regular basis.
Care to talk about who you met?
Don't worry about it.
Okay, you brought it up. What did you supervise exactly? I'm just curious.
I like the whole operation.
Yeah,
just making sure our guys were there. You were there, did a great job.
You were there to make sure
some of the other media
there.
guys I hadn't talked to in a while.
All right, good deal.
Yeah.
No, it was fun.
Can I not go to that stuff?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay.
I just don't want you to pretend that you were working.
All right. Well, if I go and work, then there would be no need for you to be there, and I know you like going there, so I don't want to say, well, don't show up, Clip. I got this.
Right.
I had to leave early.
So why don't you just let me handle it?
I did let you handle it. Did I get in the way of you working?
Absolutely not. You
Okay.
weren't there when we started working, so you were way out of the way. You were totally out.
Anyway, I enjoyed talking to the coaches.
I enjoyed the Parkers.
It was good. It was good to see them, and some of the administrators that were there. And the lunch was excellent.
Who was picked first, Troy D?
I believe New Bern was picked
The
first by
Bears.
memory. Yeah.
Not all Bears are bad at football. The
No.
New Bern Bears are really good
Look
at
out,
football.
man! Bears, the Chicago Bears under new management.
I know, but
So we'll see. But New Bern's the team to beat, evidently.
and yeah, it was like a 1A, 1B, 1C situation with Havelock with J.H. Rose. D.H. Conley picked down in the standings, but I think it says more about who's in that league than Conley themselves.
It's a tough league.
Tough league. How about this, Troy D? Couple of things you need to know. We have one more Friday with no high school football.
I know it's hard to believe.
One more. We have 2 more Saturdays with no college football.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
I haven't done the math on the NFL yet.
How about this? How about 2 high school games, at least in Pitt County? Well, I guess everywhere, before school even starts.
Yeah.
2 high school games before school starts. It's incredible.
Yeah. They are like the ECU players right now, not worried about school,
Right,
not
it's
worried
all
about
football.
quizzes, tests.
Yeah, it's perfect.
football time, baby.
It's like an NFL player for these high schoolers.
And, man, they are excited that it is back to some sense of normalcy as well.
Yeah.
Because
it's nice not to have every conversation be surrounded about COVID.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, really, and we hardly even talk about it, which is great. I don't want to talk about it. Like, I'm sick of it. So I'm glad that we're just moving on.
Yep.
You know?
Good stuff. So, yeah, enjoyed that earlier today, talking to those coaches. We'll pass along some of those interviews. You can check them out on our social media. Already have the one up with Nate Connor from D.H. Conley. And Brian Bailey will be here tomorrow with the Brian Bailey Show. He's got all the high school football coaches coming on his show. He also locked down a guest while we were eating lunch today, Troy. And should I promote that, or should we wait for Brian Bailey?
No, I mean, we're in the promotion business.
Right.
And if you talk about it now, someone may tune in that might not have otherwise.
So we need to go and get it out there.
I think so.
Skip Holtz.
Yeah.
Gonna
I heard
join
him talk about
next Monday.
Yeah, I was going to say, I heard when you guys were sitting at the table next to me, which was kind of close, but not attached.
Troy was at the J.H. Rose table.
My friends from Conley were right behind me. And then I was at a shared table, and a couple of the guys, Marvin Jarman was next to me.
Yeah.
Got to look after my man,
Clay Medlin.
Clay Medlin was there.
I will say Alan Wooden from Havelock was also at
he was there. I just met him. I don't think I'd met him before. Nice guy.
He is. I
Very
used to
complimentary of you.
party with him back in the day.
Oh, is that how he knows you?
I've known Alan.
Oh, I wish I would have known that earlier.
I'm glad you did.
I would have got some good clip rock stories over lunch. Damn. Now you give me this information.
Something to look forward to.
Now I
got to
wait till next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was sitting with the Rose guys. But it was great to see the Conley folks. And Nate's had a good summer. He's excited to get things underway. And Conley football returns here on Pirate Radio 1 week from Friday.
Excited about that. Sound the horn. It's going to be good stuff.
Alan Vick was there.
Yeah.
Voice of the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Back this season.
So, yeah, great day. Also, a lot of ECU football talk to talk about today, Troy D. Saw a note from Stephen Igo that ECU ticket sales had surpassed 15,000.
Yeah. They were knocking on the door.
First, the highest it's been since 2017, I believe I read. That's a good sign.
I would say that's a great sign.
Yeah.
And that was the goal. I talked to, I did the podcast with John Gilbert, I don't know, a week or two ago, I guess. Time keeps flying. And that's what he had hoped to get to. So mission accomplished. Now they have to raise the goal up.
Let's keep going.
And now can they get to 16? Because now it's all, hey, look, that's fantastic, especially where this program's been. Let's keep rolling. If we're going to do it, this is a good year to do it.
Yeah, a lot of signs that kind of old Pirate football, not completely back, but on its way of being back. And Mike Houston has slowly built that back, as he said he would. Remember, Troy, the first comments he made about that stadium's going to be rocking?
I don't know when. But when it is.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know if you have that.
We're starting to get to the win.
But, yeah, and that win could be September 3rd, because I do think the stadium will be rocking. And if East Carolina can pull off the upset that day, then I will say his vision will have come to full reality at that point. Now, there'll still be work to do.
Yeah.
But if that can happen, I don't want to say mission accomplished, because once again, that's only one game, and you go to lose the rest of your games, it diminishes that. But it would have fulfilled his vision of what he said.
We have a coaches poll, Troy D.
I heard.
Alabama picked number 1.
Shocker.
Shocking there.
Yeah.
Followed by the, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson, whatever.
It's the usual suspects, as I like to say.
It is.
Any surprises in this thing? Well, let's get to NC State.
Number 13 in the country, North Carolina State.
Yeah. I thought they had a chance to potentially break the top 10, but that's pretty close.
Other teams on ECU's schedule that you find on the top 25, Cincinnati comes in number 22, Houston number 25, BYU just out of the top 25 receiving votes. So a long list there of Pirate opponents, Troy D, getting respect this year.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the schedule's not easy. There's a couple lesser games on there, but it is not an easy schedule, I don't think.
And it is really tough on the back end of the 2022 slate for East Carolina. But the Wolfpack coming in 13th, they're going to have a number beside their name when they come into Greenville, North Carolina. I like that. I think that's a good thing.
Also, as we mentioned before, a lot of national attention to this by default, because it is the first game that Saturday coming out of College Game Day on ESPN at noon on the mothership station. So not ESPN2, not ESPNU or ESPN News, but the main channel at noon, the first college football game of that Saturday, Labor Day weekend. That's coming out of College Game Day. I think that's a huge time slot. That's the game. Will be on every bar in the country. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can pick up ESPN. You may not get the other channels, but everybody can get ESPN. So I think, the downside is I know a lot of people aren't happy about their early kickoff time. The upside is, man, it's a lot of exposure if East Carolina can play well and win. It'll end up being a great time slot.
And it's ECU, NC State, and Greenville. We honestly don't know how many more times that's going to happen. So if that's important to you, be
it's
there.
Important to me.
Don't worry about the noon. Don't worry about the heat.
No, I don't
be
care.
there.
I'm training for this clip.
You have been.
For real. I've got I'm like the sense of urgency. I've got 3 weeks trying to pick up my speed, my intensity, my endurance. I feel like I'm in preseason camp with these guys.
Do you worry that because it sounds like you're still working, which is a good thing. Do you worry that the regional and super regional was too far long ago, that now maybe you've lost some of that conditioning?
That was a great, I don't want to say dress rehearsal, because that might have been harder than just a NC State weekend. But in many ways, that's the best, knowing that I was able to do it for a regional and then super regional back-to-back is very similar to what we will have with the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, brought to you by Bud Light, September 1st at the State Theater. Tickets are going fast, by the way. I do project we will sell this thing out before the event. So I would not wait to the day of or even the week of if I were you. If you've been on this, they're only $10. Breakfast Club is playing. The Clydesdales will be there. Anyway, I got sidetracked.
Question about the tickets real quick.
Yes.
When you purchase your tickets online, do you receive something to print those out?
You get a notification, and you can have it on your phone, like one of those scan things. Or I do think there's a print at home feature, I believe.
Just curious about that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's one, or it's both if you want it.
Okay.
But it's once that ticket's scanned, the ticket's no good. It's not like you can print 100 of them out. Whoever uses it first. But usually it's made to kind of keep on your phone.
All right.
But you can. I think you can. There's a print at home feature if I'm not mistaken. All right. So that's going to be a big event Thursday night to kick the weekend off. Then we've got Free Boot Friday, that Friday night, right here in front of the Pirate Radio Studios. I don't even want to say who it is because I don't think it's gone public yet. But a major recording artist has just been booked for Free Boot Friday.
A major.
Well, okay. Let me that you would be familiar with. Okay. A brand name. Let me say. Not someone from local here. Not that there's anything wrong with local guy, but you know what I'm saying. Not the usual suspects. They're bringing in someone from out of town that you would be familiar with.
All right.
So that is going to be a big event.
It's a Bob Seger.
I almost said it, but I don't think we've.
It's a Bob Seger.
I don't know 100% if all the. I think all the contracts have been signed, but I don't want to overstep my bounds, and I want them to be. I'm telling Greenville folks to be able to announce it.
Remember that time they were going to do the concert at Dowdy Ficklen Stadium and it got canceled pretty late, close to it?
Yeah.
It was like a country music thing.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So that was
who it was Blake Shelton.
Yeah.
Blake Shelton was coming.
That's right.
And then he canceled.
Yeah.
And people were really upset about it.
Yeah.
And Blake issued an apology because it wasn't his fault. It was the promotion company that canceled it or whatever.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, this will be a big deal, I think. But anyway, Freebie Friday would be a big deal anyway, even if they didn't have a name guy coming. But that's going to be Friday. Are you noticing the synergy around this? Pirate Radio Studios, right in front, out the front door is the State Theater, where the party will be Thursday night. Out the front door is the parking lot of 5 Points, where the party will be Friday night.
Oh, not to mention Clydesdales rolling around.
Right, delivering beer downtown, including Pirate Radio. Then Saturday, the game with our coverage starting at 8 a.m. And then, of course, the tailgate, the game, the post-game call-in show. It's a big 3 days, Clip.
It is.
So I do feel that the baseball has prepared me for this moment, and I do feel the work that I'm putting in this summer I feel a little bit better about it because it's a big way to start.
You know, we always ask the players this. We never ask you, Troy D. Is it more about physical or mental? What's the toughest part of tailgating and everything that goes into a game day Saturday?
Honestly, it's the mental part for me. I can handle the physical part.
You struggle with the mental part just on a normal day.
I can handle the standing. I can handle the eating, the drinking. It's the mental part that wears you down.
Yeah.
So I got to be mentally ready, mentally sharp. I got to be able to multitask. I'm talking to you on the pregame show. I'm interviewing people. I'm talking to friends at the station out at the, tailgate zone, trying to keep up with what the kids are doing. There's a lot of moving pieces to this thing. The mental part is the toughest.
All right.
But I will stay focused and I will stay sharp. I'm working on my mental skills.
How are you doing that?
Not quite sure, but I'm thinking about what can I do to get better.
The brain's always working.
Yeah.
It's always firing. All right, good stuff.
They probably make medication for it. I just don't know which kind.
I want to jump on that. But, man, excited about another football season as we are counting down the days now. And, again, just 2 more Saturdays with no football because week 0, I know some people aren't into it. It's real football.
It is.
It's college football.
True.
And if the games count me in.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
So, I mean, and really for us, football season's already started. That's what I told somebody. They were like, are you ready? Are you excited about the start of the season coming up? I'm like, coming up. We're already in football season for us.
Yeah.
What we do, it's already started. If we wait till the season kicks off, we're too late. We're full. We're in mode right now. In prime, what do they say? In, what's the term like when you're in regular full season mode? Or I'm getting it wrong.
Game mode?
Mid-season form?
That's it. Mid-season form is what I'm thinking of, Clip Rock, and that is why you do such a good job.
That mental part.
You even know what's in my head that I can't get out, that I need to work on, that mental part.
Yeah.
See, the mental part's the hardest for me. I feel like when I say we as a team, all of us here at Pirate Radio, all of us from interns to ownership and everybody in between, is truly in mid-season form right now.
From interns to ownership. I like that. The full spectrum.
Yeah.
Of Pirate
And really,
Radio.
for us, it takes everybody.
It takes a village.
From top to bottom, if everybody is rowing the boat in the right direction, we can really go places.
There you go.
And if you row the boat by yourself, you know where you go, Clip?
You go in a circle.
Correct.
You go
And
nowhere.
Right. And we're not interested in going a circle. We're interested in moving forward. And we do that as a team here.
Well done. When are you talking to the ECU football team? It's good stuff. Yeah. Jonathan said...
I'm gonna work my skid up with the Rose JV squad.
Start
first.
there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Work my way up.
Jonathan Fields said Shirley pulled some strings and got her close friends from New Kids on the Block.
Not that big.
Well, Troy said it was an individual, so it might have been Donnie Wahlberg.
It is an individual.
Yeah.
I wish I could drop some hints because it would be hilarious. But I don't want the folks mad at me with Uptown Group. But there is, let me just say, pending, and I will make a call during the break to the highest levels of the Uptown Greenville organizations to see if I can go ahead and announce it.
Interesting.
After the break, because I would like to talk about it.
Fair enough.
I think it's pretty cool.
Also coming up after
it will
the
be
break,
a free event, by the way.
Troy D went one-on-one with Holton Ahlers earlier today.
Great conversation with Holton.
And we will hear
this
that.
was interesting now. Talked football, and we got a little bit of clarification on the Bigfoot story.
By the way, behind the scenes, Pirate Radio, Troy D, it's been a busy day because due to ECU's schedule, we had to fit in all these players when they were available. They're busy.
We're working around their schedule.
We're working with them.
Versa.
They're working with us. You know,
Right.
we're trying to
be accommodating is what we are.
All of the interviews are done, and they were done like a car wash. Like it was just.
I mean, it was rapid fire.
One in, one out.
Yeah.
So we've got those interviews done for you today. We will talk to Kevin Monroe live later on in the show, but appreciate the players working with us today. And they were happy to talk with us. They just got a whole lot going on.
That's right. And it's a timing issue. It's not that they don't want to. It's just we had to work around their schedules, and they got them busy. This is a work day for them. But they do get breaks, and we were able to hit some of them up during those breaks.
The Delcor Players Lounge will be here every Monday on Pirate Radio Live, and looking forward to getting them all back in studio sometime soon. It'll actually be better once the season begins, right? As far as schedule goes?
Things slow down a little bit. When I say slow down, they get more on a routine schedule. Mondays are off. We'll get them back in studio, that type of thing. And this was kind of a divide and conquer, all hands on deck today, where you stayed at Parker's to finish up with the coaches. I came back, and we had Holton timed out, so I jumped on that to get him while he was available. And then our production, Shirley and company, helped us behind the scenes production-wise. So everybody was, had a role.
We got it done, and you'll hear those interviews coming up throughout today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. In fact, we'll go ahead and take a break. We'll come back, and we'll hear Troy D. and Holton Ahlers, East Carolina quarterback, talking about week 1 of fall camp, talking more Bigfoot and more when we return on Pirate Radio Live. A lot more to go. We're back with you after this.
Are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times this football season, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun. Because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Get ready to have fun this season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Take a hit from a 300-pound linebacker, and you better be wearing pads. Take a hit on the road, and you better have good auto coverage. When you've got North Carolina Farm Bureau Auto Insurance, you've got the best local agents ready to help you bounce back. If you don't, well, you'll probably play football without a helmet, too. In Pitt County, call Carlton Venters or C.J. Messerly at 252-756-3007. North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina Incorporated. Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi. An independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
This is Dr. Christopher McDowell from Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. Our practice has been caring for athletes at ECU and the residents of Eastern North Carolina for more than 35 years. Whether it's time for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care. We also offer on-site physical therapy and MRI services, as well as walk-in urgent care on the weekends from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. For experience and professional care, call us at 757-BONE or visit us online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American Airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. I know this. I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006, and they're the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Got a lot of interviews to get to inside the Delcor Players Lounge. Brought to you by Delcor, the service professionals. 321-8868. If you need cooling, heating, and plumbing repair, go to delcorinc.com or call them 321-8868. And coming up inside that Players Lounge, we've got Xavier Smith, Rajay Harris, Miles Berry, Keaton Mitchell, and in just a few minutes, Holton Ahlers. But first, Troy D., a couple of resets from segment 1 on the show.
Yeah, I
got some information.
We'll talk about Free Boot Friday, which will be wedged nicely between the Pirate Radio football kickoff party Thursday night and the game. Of course, it's Friday here. It's a free event open to the community at 5 Points Plaza, right in front of the Pirate Radio studios. We are working on a well-known musical act. Let me just say that. I'm glad I didn't say anything yet because I checked during the break, and we were waiting for the fully executed contract to be countersigned. So once that happens, then it's official. So okay. I don't want to jinx anything, and I don't want to speak out of turn in case that falls through. We don't have to apologize to anybody.
There you go.
But hopefully, if all goes well, there'll be a big announcement soon.
All right, sounds good.
So, and regardless, Free Boot Friday is going on and is free to the public.
First one of the year, people are going to be pumped about it.
Oh, I think this will be a really big one. Yeah.
Awesome. It is going to be a party weekend, as we said, with the Pirate Radio football kickoff party going on Thursday, Free Boot Friday.
Yeah.
You've got the tailgate Saturday.
It's really, and Sunday is really what I'm really going to need a day of rest.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm going off the grid Sunday.
Fair enough.
Because it'll be like a full 3 days that'll feel like a week or two.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I go all in on football season.
All in.
Yeah.
You're either all in or all out. Troy's all in.
I am all in on this.
And Troy was all in on this Holton Ahlers interview.
I was, actually. Had to do a solo clip. I missed having you join us.
Well,
you were busy working.
I was.
You had an excused absence, as we say in the business.
I was on my second plate of Parker's Barbecue while you were on this interview.
Hey, look, they don't call it family style for nothing.
That's right.
It's family style.
I was actually sad walking out looking at all that food still on the buffet.
That was the most, it was really cool family style. Usually they bring it to your table the way these guys had it, and I think Clay Medlin helped set this thing up. They brought it, and they put all the food on its own table, and then did it more buffet style, family style, which I've never done at Parker. That was a first in a long time at Parker's, where you go through the buffet like that. And then they kept replenishing it. And, we got some big guys with the football coaches.
Between
the
media and the coaches.
I mean, these guys can eat.
It was a room full of offensive linemen.
I don't know what the bill was for these guys.
Oh, I know.
But they got their money's worth off the family style. I will say that. And that's probably the way to go. But, yeah, I went back for a second helping clip. It was excellent. So it was fun. We had a good talk with Holton, though.
No doubt. And let's hear that right now. Shirley Rhodes, Troy D, 1-on-1 with the quarterback of the Pirates, Holton Ahlers.
All right, let's go out to the Pirate Radio live line and talk to QB1 from the ECU football facilities. He is Holton Ahlers. Holton, welcome back. Good to have you with us today.
What's going on, Troy? Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. We know the schedule's a little crazy this time of year, so we're going by phone because that's better than nothing, and it's just too busy right now to be able to grab you in studio. We'll get back to a more normal schedule once camp's over, but on a break right now, so we appreciate you hooking up with us. And we talked last week, Holton, this is a time of year where you just kind of lose track of days and times with the way camp, especially for you, is an every single day deal.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Saturday's practice at the end of it, Coach Houston was like, yeah, tomorrow we have off, and we go to church. Pretty much our off days are pretty much that you substitute church for practice and everything else the same. And when he said that at the end of practice, some of the guys were like, wait, what? Like, today's Saturday? And it was kind of just a funny moment. I didn't even know it was Saturday myself, so it was kind of cool to figure out that we had the next day off. So yeah, that's just how camp is. I mean, it's Coach K always says it's kind of like the movie Groundhog's Day. You're stuck in one thing. You're just doing the same thing every single day. But I mean, that's what camp is. And this is my fifth one. I mean, it's not a surprise to me, and just getting locked in on, executing during practice and then learning from it, getting better. Yeah, and
as you mentioned, you might be off Sunday. That just means you're off of practice. The responsibilities, as you said, the team goes to church, and then you've got meetings you've got to do, especially as quarterback. Your responsibility is as far as what you have to do or separate from a lot of the other players, and then also, just trying to take care of your body. I know there's some things that you're trying to stay healthy and go into this season opener 100%, and to do that, it takes time, and it takes things to get done in the training room, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I was kind of talking to you. You're trying to schedule this phone call, and you said, what hours do we have off? And I was like, yeah, we're off 2 hours, but that 2 hours to get PT, get extra film in, so you're really not even off those 2 hours if you want to get extra work in. And obviously, being the quarterback, kind of like you said, I mean, that's kind of mandatory for me to do so, and not by the coaches, but just by the standard I hold myself to. Is I try to get in any extra work I can to give me a little edge over people. So any chance I can get to help myself out, help my body out, help my mind out, with film study, with being in PT, going to Young's, getting some cryo, just little things like that might not help me right this second, but down the road it'll help me for sure.
Holton Ahlers joined us, starting quarterback for East Carolina University football here on the Players Lounge, exclusively on Pirate Radio. Holton, 1 week in now to preseason camp. We're in full pads, full contact. Got a scrimmage coming up Saturday. Full contact's a little bit different for you. They try and protect the quarterbacks. They give you the special jersey. They don't want anybody hitting and taking a sack in practice when they can try and keep you healthy. So it is full contact for the guys, but I don't know what that means for you specifically, because they don't want anybody really laying a hand on you, right?
Yeah, practice for me really ain't going to change much. The intensity of it will. I mean, those defensive guys get a little bit more jacked up, but I mean, for me, I'm still going through my reads, making the same. As quarterback, it's all about decision making, being precise with throws and accuracy and stuff like that. So really, that doesn't change too much for me. It affects that the outside guys a little bit more, the linebackers, the running backs, those guys that have to get tackled, have to make tackles. But I mean, that's just a part of camp. I mean, once it gets to the point in this full pads, I mean, it's getting pretty dang close to the end of the thing and getting close to the season. So we're pumped about it. We got a really good team returning, got a lot of veteran guys. Just got to keep putting it together and get ready for September 3rd.
I know at this point it's kind of like a big funnel, and everything funnels towards that season opener against NC State as you continue to work on schemes and plays and different things. Weekend now, what are you guys focusing on the most this week?
Yeah, we started installing red zone today. Kind of getting to that point. Once you get the pads on, you go more live contact there towards the red zone, because red zone works good, but if you ain't going live contact tackling, it's tough to do that, because you gotta break some tackles down there. It's so close. There's not as much space clearly as the open field. So once you kind of get in those full pads, those live periods, that's when you get a lot of red zone work in, and that's kind of what we're getting to now at this part of camp, and just kind of zeroing in on this first scrimmage, tighten some things up, and seeing what we got going out there that first scrimmage.
Red zone so important, as you know. You play like you practice, and there's many situations last year that you guys would practice a play in the red zone, whether it's offense or defense, and that would actually happen in a game.
Yep, for sure. That's hopefully best case scenario, that's what you want. And, worst case scenario, I mean, sometimes you got to, go to your second read, your third read, and sometimes your fourth read. And that's what practice is for. That's why camp is so important. So you get a lot more reps than you do, during game week. During game week, you only got a certain amount of reps out there, and you're trying to keep your bodies good. But when you have camp, I mean, that's why camp's so long and why we're out there so long is, I mean, sometimes during the season I might not be able to get to my third read or might not be able to do that, but during camp I can, and, that's where it really helps us.
Holton, as you know, the majority of the plays are either offense or defense, but special teams is one of those things that can really turn the momentum in a game. How much time do you guys take, especially in this fall camp, practicing special teams?
Oh, a ton. I mean, I don't necessarily play them. Quarterbacks usually don't too much, but, I mean, they take a ton of time into it. We meet on it every single day. They're out there practicing on it every single day, and the kicker's out there kicking every day. Special teams is where a lot of games are won, honestly. I mean, it'd help us. I mean, that Marshall comeback wouldn't have happened if we didn't get that onside kicks. I mean, we had some big plays there in special teams to help us win games. So we know that. Coach Houston's a great coach and really emphasizes that, and the guys know that. And it's really an honor to be on special teams, and the guys in our building know that. And that's where, I mean, if you have a great team, they know that you're going to be good on special teams, if not great on special teams. So we're shooting for that, and the guys that are in there right now are really taking it seriously, and that's what we need.
Talked to Coach Houston on Saturday, and he was just talking about his expectations for the team, especially, going in this first scrimmage Saturday. And I was asking him, what are his expectations? He said, to be a good football team, because we need to look like a good football team, because we're going to be a good football team. So I guess this first one is a real kind of dress rehearsal, if you will, of what's to come.
Yeah, for us, I mean, we've heard it kind of all offseason. We're a talented team. We're a veteran team. I mean, this isn't our first camp scrimmage in our career. This isn't our first off season, our first camp in general in our career. So those 1s and 2s should go out there and be crisp. Obviously sometimes in camp you're going to get sloppy in certain aspects just because you face the same people every single day, and they're going to know tendencies and stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, we should be able to go through our reads and timing and all that. Should be, this point of camp should be getting, close to pretty good down in that aspect. So just excited to get out there, go against the defense. They're going to be really good this year, and they're great to go against every single day, and they just make me better and make those receivers better.
Holton, it seems like the expectations for this season, it's like a tale of two stories almost. If you talk to people familiar with the program, that follow this program, fans, boosters, there's a lot of excitement going into this year. There's increased expectations, let me say, as far as what they think this team is capable of. If you listen to the national media and you look at the conference preseason poll and stuff like that, there's not that same expectation. There's not that excitement level about ECU football. Does that kind of motivate you guys, that at least on a regional and national level, that the respect as far as what people think of East Carolina football may not be where you guys want it to be or where it could be?
100%. I mean, we have the biggest expectations that we've had since I've been here internally. I mean, that's just, we know who we are. We know the guys that we have and the talent that we have. We just got to go there and produce. And one of the reasons that I came to ECU, and a lot of guys that are in that locker room came to ECU, is because they have a chip on their shoulder too. And this university does, and the history of this football program has a chip on its shoulder. So the national media and all that, yeah, I mean, we don't pay attention to it too much, but I mean, we do see, we were picked to finish 6th in the conference. This team's never talked about finishing 6th in the conference, I can promise you that. And I mean, we see it, we note it, and I mean, we just have a huge chip on our shoulder to go out there and prove everyone wrong. But we have an internal belief in our system and our coaches and our players that we're going to go out there and do a lot better than that.
Well, I'll say this. I've been following this program for over 30 years. It seems like ECU football always overperforms and does best when they're the underdog and they have that chip on the shoulder. So this season kind of has the makings for that as far as I'm concerned. Before we let you go, Holton, a little off the field stuff, a little lighter, a little more fun question. When I last talked to you here on Pirate Radio, I did not know this. I guess some of the other guys did, but about your spotting in Grimesland of the alleged Grimesland Bigfoot. Coach Houston was asked about that this weekend. He thinks we wanted to have your vision checked. He didn't seem to be a believer. Let me just say that. I believe Holton Ahlers. I'm on Team Holton on this one. We're efforting to try and get this picture, the video, captured and stuff. Has that kind of gone viral a little bit as people are starting to hear about that? What are your friends or teammates? So what have they said about us?
Yeah, they're all like, let me see it. And I have my phone, so I have it on my phone. I sent you a clip, the screenshot. I just can't send it because I have, no storage on my phone right now. So I can't, send it out to people. I was talking to Igo, actually, this morning. He texted me or yesterday. We had a little bit of time off in the afternoon. I went to go to see my mom in Grimesland, where she lives, and I was taking a video, and it was like, this is beautiful. I just love the scenery out there. I posted on my Instagram story, and Igo replied and was like, is that where Bigfoot was? And I was like, actually, it was where Bigfoot was. He lives out here. And he asked for the picture, and I was like, dude, I'm trying to get some space on my phone.
Well, tell Igo that's a Pirate Radio exclusive first. So once we have it and put it out there, we'll be able to provide it to him. So you are standing by the statement, though, that you were coming home from practice one night. And
1,000,000%.
And this was in high school or college now?
It was high school.
High school, that's right. This was in high school when you were at Conley. And you were in the greater Grimesland area, and you saw a bear or something that looked like a...
But no, it was... So, yeah. So I thought it was at first I thought it was a big person walking a big dog because it was on all fours. And then the one that was standing up bent over and started walking on all fours. And the one that was on all fours stood up and started walking. That's why I got my phone out and captured.
I wonder if it could be, and I'm just, wondering, could it be some type of hybrid where it's like a bear / Bigfoot, where it's like something we haven't even seen before?
100% Bigfoot. I mean, I think it's, I'm very confident of it. I think that the TV shows are all fake. I used to be believers in that, but I sent them the info and I didn't get any response back, so I'm not a fan of those TV shows anymore.
Now, I wonder why they want to jump all over this.
Yeah, I think they're more about being in the mountains, and I think a lot of Bigfoot enthusiasts who haven't seen him are big in... I did a lot of research about this, and a lot of people think he's up there in the mountains and stuff, but I know there's at least 2 in Gromsner. There was in 2017. So,
wow.
Until they come down here, I'm not a fan of the shows.
That is incredible. And I wonder, too, you never know, man. What if this Bigfoot is going back to his tribe, his group, and he said, man, I think I saw Holton Ahlers.
Well, back then I was a senior in high school, and I called my buddy who had a Barrett 50 cal. His dad did, so I told him to come and snipe it. By the time he got there, it was dark, so he's lucky.
Now, dude, would you really want to kill this thing? Wouldn't you want to capture it and not kill it and, show it to the country?
I captured it on my phone, but, yeah, I mean, if he had a snipe at it, we were going to take it down.
All right. Well, we're gonna meet up, and I'm gonna do a recording of the recording, and that'll make it look even more Bigfootish.
Yeah.
And we'll put it out there for folks. But this is an amazing story, and 1 degree of separation here from perhaps one of the biggest stories in the nation, if we can find this thing.
Absolutely, I'm all for it. I mean, I know in 2017 he was in Gromsland, so he's got to be somewhere around that area now.
Yeah. All right, good stuff, man. It's people are buzzing about it. I don't know what they're more excited about, the start of ECU football or seeing this video.
Hey, we'll get it out sometime soon.
All right, Holton, great stuff, man. I appreciate your time. Keep up the good work. We'll be out there Saturday for the scrimmage, and stay healthy, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Troy. See y'all.
All right, take care.
Holton Ahlers, Troy D, talking football, and, of course, Bigfoot.
Store's not going away, Clip.
And we're not going to let it go away.
It's only getting bigger, literally. So I'm fascinated by this.
I want to hear.
I've talked to a lot of other people that are too.
I want to hear the Mike Houston comment, Troy D. So this is cut 9, Shirley. Can we hear Mike Houston, his thoughts on Holton Ahlers' Bigfoot sighting?
No.
You have not. Are you aware that he has seen Bigfoot?
I'm aware he claims that he's seen Bigfoot. I think I'm glad it's football season. I don't know what he's doing out there in that neck of the woods where he lives in Pitt County. So,
all right. So Troy, people like Mike Houston are trying to shove this story down. They don't want it out there. Is he part of the conspiracy?
As a non-believer, I believe, Clip, and I believe if Holton says he saw something, this kid doesn't need attention. This isn't the type of attention he needs or seeking to make it up. He saw something.
Yeah.
And this guy, he's a D1 starting quarterback for a top 50 program. There's only 50 other guys like him in the nation. He has excellent vision to be able to read the defense, hit his receivers with precision throws. His vision is outstanding to be a D1 quarterback at this level. If he is telling me he saw something and he knows what a bear is, he's grown up in Eastern North Carolina. He knows a bear on its hind legs. if he's telling me this wasn't a bear on its hind legs, this was a different type of animal that can't be explained, then I believe him.
He needs to get the video out because people are now looking at him like he's a little crazy. So
I'm not one of them.
He needs to get that video out there.
Yeah.
So
well, and what he's been busy with camp, or I probably would have already been able to assist with this. But I think if you give us a little time and be patient, we will be able to do this.
Yeah, we need to dissect that as soon as.
Do you
possible.
not? I'm sensing some doubt.
I've seen the video. I'm talking about for others.
Okay. Well, I haven't.
Yeah.
So you've seen it? Can you describe the video first?
It's been a while. It's as he said. It was something like walking, but it's from a very far distance.
An older phone.
And it's difficult to tell what exactly is happening.
Okay.
So I think it was just his dad and his brothers out there who kind of look like Neanderthal Bigfoot.
Morgan has been known to be Bigfoot-like.
I think Morgan is
a little less hairy,
part Sasquatch.
Yeah.
So I think it was.
He is big enough to be Bigfoot.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah.
All right. So you've seen it and you're not convinced, is what I'm sensing.
I'm convinced that Holton saw something.
Okay. But you cannot confirm that it was Bigfoot in your perspective.
And I don't think anybody will be able to do that until we really get to see it in person.
What if the truth comes out one day? What if someone captures this thing and it is like some type of species that has not been recorded yet, that is somewhere like in between bear and Bigfoot?
It would change everything we know.
That would be wild.
Yeah. We would all have to.
And it's been living in the forest
in eastern North Carolina,
in the 252, just roaming between New Bern and Grimesland and Winterville and Pactolus.
It's a big stretch to get to New Bern. But
I'm saying down 43, it's down 17.
Okay.
During these, there's a lot of woods in that area.
It's a crazy story. We got to get a break in. Let's come back. Do you believe? We'll come back, wrap up the hour with Troy D. Got Kevin Monroe coming up at 4 o'clock, and we'll go back inside the Delcor Players Lounge later on today as well with Xavier Smith, Rajay Harris, Miles Berry, and Keaton Mitchell. All ahead on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsey Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Let's party, Pirate Nation. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light on Thursday, September 1st is approaching fast, and tickets are on sale right now for only $10. 100% of the ticket sales will be donated to these 4 local charities: Sportworks Ministries, Riley's Army, Daughters for Dads, and the Heather Ann Batiste Scholarship Fund for the ECU School of Nursing. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party will feature entertainment by America's favorite 1980s tribute band, The Breakfast Club.
Trying to stop my hands from shaking. Something in my mind's not making sense.
Plus, the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales will be on site for a photo opportunity. The place to be to kick off football season is at the State Theater in downtown Greenville for the best party of the year. Go to pr927fm.com now and get your tickets before it sells out, and we'll see you Thursday, September 1st at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Amanda Houston, and when it came time to make the game-winning play for relaxation at our house, I made the right call to Jamie Lang and Carolina Hardscapes. Jamie and his team built the backyard oasis of our dreams with a beautiful custom paver patio, outdoor lighting, and fireplace. Make your backyard incredible and call Carolina Hardscapes today at 364-1201 or visit their showroom on Fire Tower Road across from Bostic Suck. Go Pirates!
Hey Pirates, this is Holton Ahlers. A big part of my success on the field is what I eat at home. To keep my body fueled up, I order meals off a Clean Eats meal plan. I choose the meals I want from 6 different meals offered each week, and I pick them up on Sunday or Monday at the cafe on Red Banks Road. Each meal is packed with the perfect mix of healthy proteins, carbs, and veggies to keep my engine running at full speed. Go to cleaneats.com, click on meal plans, or stop by the cafe and get all the info. Clean Eats and the Pirates, a winning combination.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Hi, this is Parker Bunch. When I'm not hitting dingers or going viral, I'm listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live on a Monday. Kevin Monroe coming up in just a few minutes, and we'll go back inside the Delcor Players Lounge. Already heard from Holton Ahlers a moment ago, and a lot more players to get to on this Monday, Troy D.
We were talking about Holton's brush with the mysterious, with the supernatural. Not supernatural, would you say? I don't know, the unexplained.
The unexplained.
The unexplained. We need that music. With, let me just say, the alleged and potential Bigfoot sighting right here in our community. Kenny Curling's weighing in on our Facebook Live feed, saying, and now Kenny, friend of the station, we know Kenny, a verified P1 listener. This is not some fake account. Kenny is a well-known Pirate fan.
He is a Cowboys fan, which gives you a glimpse into some of his mental state. But anyway, just describing the whole picture.
Damn, that's cold-blooded right there. I didn't even get the quote out yet.
Go ahead.
So you're saying take this with a grain of salt?
He's a Cowboys fan. That's all I'm saying.
So his judgment could be impaired.
Could be. Thinks he sees things that aren't really there. Hypes up things that really aren't a big deal at all. Cowboy fan stuff.
So proceed with caution on this comment from Kenny.
Yeah.
All right, now you're convincing me. Man. You know what? Forget it. Who cares? No, just kidding. All right, so here Kenny Curlin says, me and my wife, should it be my wife and I, first of all?
Okay, now we're going to do grammar on it? I mean, come on.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and be the grammar police on this.
Okay.
My wife and I thought we saw a black panther crossing the road before you get to the lake that the Overtons built years ago, also in Grimesland. I believe it's Lake Christie, they call it. It was a big-ass cat. So he thinks he saw some type of panther-like animal. So could this be the same type of animal? Or are there multiple unexplained, mysterious animals in the Grimesland area?
Yeah, and the Black Panther, it's some kind of cougar. Either way, it's a very rare animal.
Oh, I've seen some cougars all over the place.
Some Black Panthers. But it is a very rare animal, so to see it in Groundsland would be even the rarest of rare. But
yeah, I don't know, but I am not to I think what Kenny saw might have just been literally like a big wild animal.
Like it could have been
a bear. There are bears in this area.
Was it at night? It could have been a wildcat, and it just looked dark. So
yeah,
I don't know. What's your craziest animal sightings? Let us know.
I saw one in the neighborhood. It's just like one of those wild neighborhood animals. I forget what they're called.
A wild neighborhood.
Well, no, like it was crossing the street. It wasn't like the deer you see everywhere. It was like one of those little. I forget the name of them. You don't want to approach them. You know, they're a little dangerous.
What do they look like? I have no idea.
So they kind of look like a large dog, but it's like they're
a wolf, a coyote.
Yeah, so I think it was a coyote. Yeah, that's in that family. Yes, and I'm not, an animal expert, but it wasn't a pet. Let me say that it was a wild animal, crossing the street. I'm like, better stay away from that one.
Coyote. I like seeing foxes because they are.
I've seen them.
Small, kind of cute. They don't seem to do much harm.
Yeah,
they might could. I don't know.
Kind of like foxes are kind of like a big squirrel.
Yeah, I mean they're,
if you will,
kind of unintimidating. Not that intimidating.
Yeah, I mean you don't hear about many people getting bit by a fox. Usually they run the other way.
Right.
They're more scared of you than you are of them.
Right.
But there are some animals that will attack if provoked or if they're startled.
Yeah.
So I try and stay away from those.
No doubt. Just stay away. Let them do their thing.
Yeah. But I have not heard any other reports of black panthers, animals in the area.
I'd be pretty freaked out if I saw an animal that big in this part of the country.
Yeah. I need some more clarification from Kenny on that. As far as like what time of day, how close were you? Had you been drinking? Stuff like that.
We should have like a support group where people get together, talk about their sightings. Yeah. Troy, as a believer, you could kind of lead the group.
I am
talk to people.
And maybe I'm gullible. I watch these shows and believe all these people and think, no, why would they be making this up? There's for most of them, there's nothing to gain but ridicule by coming forward.
Read Kenny's next comment.
Well, once again, maybe you were right, Cliff.
The topper.
Yeah. Kenny Curling's also weighing in, and I also thought Coach Mo was a good coach, so I understand if you question me.
That's good stuff, Kenny.
Yeah. But this is a different, this has to do more with his vision, than his belief system.
Yeah.
Is Kenny Curling's vision as bad as his belief system? He believes in the Cowboys, and he believes in Coach Mo. 0 for 2 there.
He wants to believe.
Yes.
So
is he holding on to something? And now this is being manifested into a fake Black Panther report.
That little black cat he saw on the road gets bigger and bigger as the years go by. And now it's a giant panther. So yeah. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, but this is what, and look, we shouldn't, if you have a animal sighting that can't be explained, we would like to, we're going to do the digging. We'd like to hear, especially in the 252.
Yeah.
In this area, we'd like to know about it. Don't really care if it was in the Rockies. I want to know what's local here. What have you seen here that can't be explained, that's legit, not made up? Like, I'm seriously curious about things that could be out there in our neck of the woods that have not been documented.
Kenny just posted a second ago, and I also thought Coach Mo was a good coach, I understand if you question me.
Chandler, are you listening to the program?
Chandler.
I mean, Shirley.
Chandler.
Oh, did I miss it?
Chandler. Yeah, we just spent 5 minutes talking about that.
Chandler.
Well, no,
You pulled a Chandler, Shirley.
Chandler. I did pull a Chandler.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, it happens. Right. What were you doing, though?
What was I doing what?
While we were talking about it. Just curious.
Work.
Well, is it working?
Is this producing this show work? You multitask.
I multitask.
Yeah.
I have to.
Was it work or were you watching a New Kids on the Block video?
You know what? Is my camera on?
Just kidding, Shirley.
That's it. My final words.
You know I love.
We got to get to Kevin Monroe, Troy.
Yeah, I got to step up. Good being with you though to lead off the show. A lot of fun, and we'll do it again soon.
See you back here Thursday.
Yes, and I had a chance to talk to X earlier. So
that's right. That you'll be back here in audio form.
Yes,
coming up next hour.
Look forward to it.
All right, hour 2 looks like this. Kevin Monroe at 4:00. After that, we'll talk to Xavier Smith and Rajay Harris. So stay tuned. A lot of Pirate football talk on the way. Back with you after this.
Hey Chandler. What are you up to tonight?
Jenny, it's Tuesday, and I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend, and they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Kyle Gaines at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We are growing, so is our service department. We're adding more space to provide a faster, more affordable service for you. Come sit down with our team and let us customize your next Jeep or truck. Have the freedom to pick out your own lift, wheels, and tires and more. Drive a little, save a lot when it comes to customizing your next vehicle. We're at Washington Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, located off 264 West in Washington, North Carolina, and online at WashingtonChryslerDodgeJeepRam.com.
So, how does short points work?
Well, at Jersey Mike's, 6 regular number 13s plus 3 giant number 7s equals a free regular number 13. So, Pepsi and Lay's now earn more points towards free subs.
That adds up.
Exactly. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
So, how does short points work?
Well, at Jersey Mike's, 6 regular number 13s plus 3 giant number 7s equals a free regular number 13. So, Pepsi and Lay's now earn more points towards free subs.
That adds up.
Exactly. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
If you have family coming over this summer,
the last thing you need is sweaty relatives.
Guarantee your air conditioning system is ready to keep everybody cool. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Last year, we found out that I had cancer. We were all super scared. Mom and Dad said they don't know what we would have done if Riley's Army hadn't been there for us.
We invite you to join us on Saturday, August 27th at the Hilton Greenville for the Glow for Gold Gala, benefiting Riley's Army, presented by Grover Gaming. Tickets can be found at rileysarmy.com or by calling 252-481-4471.
Riley's Army hopes that you never need them, but if you do, they'll be there for your family, just like they were for mine.
Do you want to feel healthier and have more energy? The secret is all in what you eat. At Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we have certified dietitians to provide you with accurate advice on the eating plan and the lifestyle choices that you need to make to help you live well. You need more than just an internet search to be able to get a plan that fits your unique needs. Your dietitian will customize an eating plan that is specific to your goals, your budget, and your lifestyle, while providing coaching along the way so you can live well. Sign up today at kptonline.com.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They thank you for your continued support and trust during these trying times. Many services can be done remotely and free pickup and delivery is available. As a Dell business partner and Apple authorized service provider, you can count on University PC Care for all your personal and business tech support needs. To make a remote appointment or to bring in your device for service at their Greenville or New Bern locations, call 558-1280 or go online at universitypccare.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. David Price Construction, the proud ECU home services partner. Call them today at 919-291-5532 or visit them online at davidpriceconstruction.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Cliff.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. We'll dive back inside the Delcor Players Lounge coming up in just a little bit with East Carolina linebacker Xavier Smith. We'll talk to Pirate running backs Rajay Harris and Keaton Mitchell, and another linebacker on the Pirate roster, Miles Berry, coming up later on in today's show. We'll talk to a former Pirate now and the color analyst for the East Carolina football team, Kevin Monroe, joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Kevin, first chance to talk to you about this upcoming football season. Great to have you back. How you doing, man?
Cliff, I'm doing great, man. I'm excited. Anytime it gets to be August and we're right around the corner from football, it just kind of gives me the goosebumps. So I'm thrilled to be talking to you now.
Absolutely. And Kevin, Coach's poll came out today. You got 3 Pirate opponents all in that top 25. BYU just on the outside looking in, receiving votes. But Houston is there. Of course, Cincinnati is there. And NC State coming in 13th in the coaches poll preseason and getting a lot of hype. How about there in the triangle, Kevin? How much have you heard about NC State leading up to this opening game against the Pirates?
So I hear about the game, but I don't hear as much chatter as I normally would when the Pirates are not on their schedule. I think the Wolfpack faithful is a little bit nervous because what generally happens with them is they come into the season unranked. They play 3 or 4 opponents, let's just say, that aren't the highest quality opponents at the beginning of their season. They're 3 or 4-0, and then they get ranked, and they get disappointed later in the season. So this is a different type of season for them because they end the season, some people consider them a top 10 team, and out the gate they play a bowl-eligible team from a year ago and one that's their rival. So I think State fans are using this, a lot like the Pirate fans are. This will be a measuring stick. This will be a barometer game to see where they are. If they can handle the Pirates with no problem, then maybe they are a top 13 team. If it's a close game, they probably aren't. And if they lose, they definitely aren't. So not a whole lot out of the Wolfpack faithful these days.
I understand that, and I want that number to be as high as possible when they roll in here because their fans are certainly nervous about a letdown. On the East Carolina side, Kevin, I wouldn't say there's a lot of hype around the team, but there is an expectation. Mike Houston, he said that this is his best team, his deepest team coming into the year. So there are Pirate fans that we just saw that the season ticket number has eclipsed 15,000, which is the highest it's been in 5 years. So people are excited about what's happening here in Greenville, Kevin, and the expectation has risen for this team that won 7 games last year, and they're expected to have another bowl team on the field in 2022. How about you?
Yeah, Clip, the Pirates are one of those football programs where, you finished kind of the 91-92 season, that era of Jeff Blake and Bill Lewis, and you win all those games and the Peach Bowl win, and you think, okay, we've arrived from here on out. We may not win 10 games a year, but we're going to have a winning football team from here on out. And then you kind of go to the 90s, and that was kind of where you were. There was a blip or two in the 90s. I think we had one 5-win season in 1997 when I was playing, but I left here averaging 7 wins a year. And then you kind of get into the latter part of Coach Logan's era, and that falls off a little bit. And you have these ups and downs from Skip Holtz to John Thompson to Russell McNeil to Scotty Montgomery, and you never sustain this winning program, this 7, 8, 9 win seasons every year like we thought we would in the early 90s. And so it's been frustrating. And now I think there's this belief in Coach Houston where, they built this program to, you lost some early on, and then you got to where you can win 6 or 7 games. But not only that, if you look on the sideline, we now look like other teams in the conference. We now look like other teams around the country, like AAC opponents or ACC opponents. Actually, we're big, we're strong, we're fast. And so you start to get this feeling like, hey, we can win again. And so, yeah, I'm excited. I think, I'm feeling good about this season. Obviously, we've got some tough opponents. You mentioned some of the top 25 opponents. But I know that we'll be competitive in every game, and we'll have a chance to win some of these games that maybe we aren't picked to win. So, yeah, things are looking good. I think people are excited, but you have to go out and perform well week 1 to keep that momentum.
Kevin Monroe joining us, and Kevin, you and Jeff are there for all the wins, all the losses, the good times, the bad times, and there's been some bad times throughout the recent past. But how about last year, all of the nail-biting games that East Carolina played in, and the Pirates were on the right side of some of those against Marshall, against Memphis, against Navy. They were on the wrong side against Houston, against South Carolina, and a 4-point loss to UCF. So just to be in those games in the second half, though, I mean, you and Jeff had to have a lot of filler material there for years, but finally getting back to some really good competitive football games as a fan. Yeah, you want to win them all, but man, just being in those games was fun last year, and I expect the same this year because, again, it's a tough schedule, but the Pirates can compete with anybody on that schedule, and that was good to see last year, Kevin. East Carolina in games in the second half with a chance to win them.
That's exactly right, and that's what I was alluding to, is that every week we felt like we could win now because we had the running backs. We had the offensive line play. We had the linebackers in the front seven that played well. And so, you had a veteran quarterback. So you felt like each week you had an opportunity to score points. You had an opportunity to stop people. And so, you were in all these games. And for a while now, we haven't felt like that. We just, we got to beef up this part of the lineup. We got to beef up that part of the lineup. And so things didn't always go smoothly. And not that they're going necessarily smoothly every game now, but as you said, we're in every game, and they know how to win those close ones. They know how to win those tough ones. And they've beaten some people, on the last play of the game, so to speak, as Steve Logan used to always say. So we have a lot of momentum building into this season.
Kevin, one position to watch this year, I'm fascinated to see who's on the field at corner for East Carolina when they open the season against NC State. Jaquan McMillan out. Malik Fleming is a guy you're going to see on the field, but they have kind of overhauled this cornerback position because Nolan Johnson left during the offseason. Demel Hickman's played, but not a ton. Juwan Powell has moved from corner to safety to corner, but you bring in this Washington transfer from Buffalo. Mike Houston talked about a couple of 6'2", 6'3" JUCO guys he's brought in, Fletcher Marshall, one of those at the corner position. So you've got a lot of new names. You're going to have to get your media guide out, Kevin, your program out to see these faces at corner, because at a lot of positions we've got a lot of depth, a lot of returners. Corner, the spot you played, there's going to be some new names there this year, and it really puts a lot, I think, on Malik Fleming. He's a very confident guy in himself. He's played some good football. He's going to have to take it to another level in the absence of Jaquan McMillan this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me personally, the best offensive player in Tyler Snead and the best defensive player in Jaquan McMillan gone a year ago. And so, do you have a ton of returning? Absolutely. Can you replace those guys? Probably not. But what you can do is replace them by committee. And that's what you have to do both offensively, with the receiver position, and defensively at corner. I've heard a lot of good things. Haven't had a chance to see some of these young guys, some of these transfers play yet, but I've heard a lot of good things come out of camp. And you're right, Malik Fleming, Nolan Johnson, Jaquan McMillan, those are the three guys that played the most minutes last year. Those are the guys that you counted on at corner, and only Malik is back. And so he's got to be that stalwart. He's got to be the guy that they don't want to throw to. They got to force him to throw to these other guys. And hopefully these young guys, these transfers, one of them, two of them, three of them can raise their hands and be up for the challenge, because we're going to need them back there.
What's the most important thing, Kevin, for this Blake Harrell defense to take another step? We've watched it improve since he's been here. Got a D-line now that has a lot of snaps underneath his belt. Got some veteran linebackers with Miles Berry and Xavier, and some younger guys coming up. But in your opinion, what's the most important thing to go a step even higher, get even better on that defensive side of the ball in 2022?
Well, you named it there, is the defensive line play. And the one thing I loved about Blake Harrell when he got here is that he didn't care what year you were. If you were a good player, he played you. And so early on, I think it was one season where we played 13 or 14 defensive linemen consistently. And we weren't winning a lot of games, but those guys got a ton of playing time. And so as you just alluded to, there's a lot of guys on the roster that have played a ton. I mean, most people would know, the Rick D'Abreu's of the world, but they wouldn't know some of these other guys, but they've gotten tons of snaps. And that's where it starts. You got to be able to stop the run and put pressure on the passer. And that's where it all starts right there, the defensive line play. The linebackers, you got some guys returning, some older guys that have been in the program for a while, but it starts up front. And if they can play well, I promise you, those guys in the back end will look a lot better. I mean, my junior and senior years were good years, and all conference this and that. And people thought, myself and Forrest Foster were great corners. It wasn't so much that we were pretty good, but we had great guys up front. Norris McCleary, Travis Darden, Rod Coleman rushing the quarterback and putting pressure and making those quarterbacks make bad throws. And so that's what you got to have in a defense.
Hoping that D-line can be what it's made out to be, because that has been a position group that, this coaching staff has built. And as you said, Kevin, gotten older over the years and should be a veteran deep group this year. On the offensive side, let's start with Holton Ahlers. Kevin, he's had his ups. If you look in the record books, he's had some of the biggest passing performances in ECU history. He's had his downs as well over the years. What do you want to see out of Holton in his final year under center for East Carolina?
Yeah, consistency. I mean, that's really it. You know, he's a team leader. You know, the team believes in him. They want to follow him. The coaches believe in him. Donnie Kirkpatrick believes in him, and he wouldn't be back if they didn't. But it's hard sometimes when you see a 400-yard game, 50, 60, 70% completion percentage one week, and then the next week, you're throwing below 50%. You throw 2 or 3 interceptions, and the offense sputters. And so, that's the nature of the beast these days with these spread offenses and how much you throw the football. You just have to be consistent week in and week out if you're going to be a starting quarterback in big-time college football. So I'd love to see that out of him, for him to control this team and to be up big in some games in the first half and get out of there and be safe and let the backup come in and play and get some time, because he's done his job and the Pirates are playing well.
Keaton Mitchell, Rajay Harris in the backfield, Kevin. We know we're going to get from those guys. Keaton Mitchell said he's even faster than he was a year ago, which is hard to believe, but can't wait to see him back on the field. You got some young running backs coming up behind him, and we're going to need a third, Kevin. I mean, last year it was incredible how the coaches really split the reps, split the touches, and those guys were able to stay healthy. That's really not the norm. You're going to need more than 2 running backs, and I think we'll get to know some of these new faces this year, but you got to love going into another year with Mitchell and Harris back there.
Yeah, I mean, you go back a couple of years ago, these guys were both freshmen, and you didn't know what to expect from running back position, and Rajay Harris was the man. I mean, he just killed it. I mean, he made big play after big play. He had some 100-yard games. He had lots of touchdowns. He was the guy you fed. And then last year, out of nowhere, comes Keaton Mitchell. And, I mean, how many of these plays did he just break for 50, 60, 70 yards? And we hadn't seen anybody that fast since Chris Johnson in the program. And he's just running away from people, and he's on Sports Center every night. I mean, it was just a huge change in things. But I love the way that Rajay Harris handled that. He was no longer the man, but he was still a part of it, and he knew that the team still needed him. And so when he got in, he still played well. And so now you come back in kind of year 3 of them, 1 year being Harris, 1 year being Mitchell. And now this year you hope that they both play really, really well. You'd love to have 2,000-yard rushers, because this whole offense is going to go as those two guys go. If those guys are running the football well, if the offensive line is holding up well, the play-action pass game is going to be awesome. And then the threat of throwing deep balls over top of their head because they're putting 7, 8 in the box is going to be there. So these guys both have to play very, very well. And you're right, we will need a backup or 2 just in case somebody gets hurt.
Kevin, looking at the wide receiver position, for me, it's gone from, in a span of a few months, a position I was really nervous about, concerned about, to a position that I'm excited about. And let's include Ryan Jones into that pass-catching mix. But Ryan Jones and C.J. Johnson, that Keaton Mitchell said today that C.J. has come back and is looking great, and his head's in it, and he's ready to go. But you've got these newcomers in Winstead and Johnson and Gardner. And Winstead, I was thinking about this, Kevin, not to put unfair expectations on him, but East Carolina has not needed a newcomer to come in and be the number 1 right away, because we've been spoiled with Zay Johnson, or with Zay Jones, and with Justin Hardy, with Dwayne Harris over the years. But Kevin, you remember the impact that Andre Allison had right out of the gate. You remember Lance Lewis coming in when ECU needed a number 1. I know Isaiah Winstead thinks he can be that. He's got high expectations for himself. So there is precedent set where a guy could come in and be that number 1. I think Isaiah's got the tools to do that. If he doesn't, you still have CJ, and you still have Ryan Jones, who is the leading returner when it comes to catching balls. So, again, I've kind of gone from, this receiver room is looking pretty bare, to, okay, I think we got something here as we head into the season.
Yeah, as I said before, the losing Tyler Snead was huge. He was my favorite player offensively last year. The year before that, my favorite player offensively was Blake Cole, and he left out of the blue.
Yeah.
You always have to have somebody new step in. I've heard great things about Winstead, what he's doing in camp. But, yeah, some of these guys have to play big-time football. And Ryan Jones, I mean, for all the Pirate fans that have loved the Luke Fishers of the world and all the big-time tight ends we've had from the early 90s through the early 2000s, and then people always were asking about what happened to the tight end position. Ryan Jones, and among a couple others, came in last year and made plays at that position and made it to where now you have to pay attention to the tight end position at East Carolina, and you hadn't for a while. And so he's going to be big because he's just that, the big example of a tight end that split out and plays like a wide receiver because of his speed and his ball-catching ability. But I am excited to see, and with C.J. Johnson, I think he probably needed some humbling, so to leave the program and come back, I'm hoping that his attitude is better. I'm hoping that his work ethic's better, that he's in good shape, and that he's ready to get back to rolling the way he was, his first couple years in the program. And so we'll see from that. I'm hearing nothing but good things about what he's doing. But, yeah, we need to revamp that receiver position because a lot of the players that have made a lot of the plays in the past are gone. And so new young guys have to step up.
Kevin Monroe joining us. We'll go back inside the Delcor Players Lounge in just a moment with Xavier Smith, Rajay Harris, Miles Berry, Keaton Mitchell. It's great to be able to talk to those guys, Kevin. One of the positive things about the NIL, and we get to know these guys not only as players but as people. So you would have been great at this during your time with the way you can communicate and talk. So you'd have been a star at this. What other business or businesses, Kevin, would you have liked to have signed a NIL deal back in the day if you were able to?
The first one would have been a car dealership.
Go ahead and get that one out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big time. But, honestly, just in any company out there that believed in me, that I believed in the product, I'd have been happy to peddle it for some extra cash back in college.
Yeah.
We were struggling back in the day because we didn't have these opportunities. So I'm glad that the players do now, and I hope that the locker room embraces it, and that everyone, that the wealth is spread around, and that people aren't envious of certain players because they get more than others. I know that could be, part of it when you start dishing out money, but yeah, I think it's a big deal. It's good for the sport as long as it's done right.
And Kevin, you can answer this. I don't know. I don't want to get into something kind of that we shouldn't talk about, but with your job at Cap Trust and you're giving advice, handling financials for these pro athletes with all this money. Now that it's starting to trickle down into the college game, would you possibly get some big-time college athletes that say, hey, I got this deal. I want to make sure it's handled correctly. Like, do you see yourself getting into the college game at all with these guys?
Listen, 100%. We've actually already talked to a high school basketball player.
Wow.
Who's going to go play big-time college basketball next year and expected to be one and done. So we had to get to him in high school. But, yeah, we've talked to college athletes. We've got some college athletes that are clients currently. So yeah, it's changed everything because now you get these nil deals and you're making $250,000, $500,000, $1 million before you even enter the NFL. You got to do something with that money. You got to go take care of it. So we help them invest that money and take care of them before they make that leap. So absolutely. Now obviously when I'm with the Pirates, it's all about me doing radio, and I'm not talking to guys about financial advising, but when I get an opportunity away from the field, away from the game, if there's people on that team that have a shot at the next level, I'll certainly be talking to them. But all around the country, we're reaching out to guys that are in college, trying to help them out.
Yeah, that's a great thing. It's important, right? You wish you knew some of this stuff when you were that age, I'm sure, and that's part of what you're doing, right, is kind of educating guys on, making the right decisions because everybody's got a good support system, but not everybody is intelligent when it comes to money in those support systems, I would imagine.
That's right. These guys, some of them don't come from a whole lot.
Yeah.
Maybe don't make the best decisions with money, and so you need somebody that you can rely on, that you can trust is the big one. That'll tell you what to do with your money, and you can start to make better decisions and prepare yourself for that future. And I certainly wish I'd had someone like that. Of course, my parents were great. My dad, had his MBA and was a finance guy, and so he kept me on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Everybody in the support system, so it's great to be able to have people that you can look to.
Kevin, while we got you here, and we'll talk with you throughout the season, but let's get a preseason Cowboys report. How you feeling about the NFC East this year?
Well, the Cowboys didn't do a whole lot in the offseason. That's kind of been the knock on us. But I will say that, for the last several years, the Cowboys have had a team good enough to go deep in the playoffs and even win a Super Bowl. It just hasn't, it hasn't materialized, whether it's coaching, whether it's mistakes being made, maybe not playing big and big enough in big games. I see them as still being the front runner in the NFC East, but who knows? The Eagles have gotten better, the Commanders have gotten better. I don't think the Giants have gotten any better, but they're still out there, and they're always going to be a tough game. So who knows? If people are saying that Zeke is done, and I disagree. I think that his knee injury held him back last year. So let's just see if he can stay healthy and play well. That'll be a big decider on how well the Cowboys do this year.
And isn't it great to just be talking football, Kevin? We're getting close to it, man. It's exciting.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just that, whether it's pro or college, I love the game. That's the reason I've been doing radio this will be my 20th season on the Pirate radio broadcast. So I love the opportunity to be able to do this. I would do it for free. Don't tell the boss that, but it's just a lot of fun to be able to talk sport.
All right, one more before we let you go. We were promoting your interview on Friday. Said Kevin's coming up on Monday, and Chandler said the king of Halloween, Kevin Monroe. He reminded me of that. So Kevin, with his legendary Halloween costumes, look, you still got plenty of time, but with those great costumes, there's got to be some level of preparation. So I'm curious, have you got 2022 costume picked out yet?
I've got it picked out. I held out the last 2 years because of COVID. I didn't want to waste costume and not be able to come in the office or whatever. I've got it picked out. I got to start putting it together. As you said, we're only a couple months away. I can't tell you what it is.
Okay.
It'll be a good one.
All right. Can't wait to see it. Kevin Monroe joining us. Kevin, thanks as always, man. We'll look forward to talking with you this season.
Absolutely, Cliff. Appreciate it.
All right, there he is, the former Pirate color analyst for the East Carolina Football Pirates, Kevin Monroe, king of Halloween, joining us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Let's take a timeout, come back. We'll jump back inside the Delcor Players Lounge, hear from Xavier Smith when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For 2 years in a row, we've been voted #1 in Greenville, so we're super thankful. For 2022, we've decided to make it the year of the customer. We're taking more COVID health safety protocols with some personal test drives where, you don't have the salesperson riding along with the customer. It actually makes them a little bit more comfortable, and they can take a drive and kind of go where they want to go and drive it how they want to drive it.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why I'm here. State Farm agent Timothy Sawyer and my team are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score some savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me, Timothy Sawyer, at 493-0002 today.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do you do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are two things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Wings Over has everything to cure those late night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's now has 2 locations. In Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and the Chocowinity location next to the fire department. Stop in today for hot dogs, pizza, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity featuring homemade cheese, ham and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some. Go Pirates.
Do you have an old injury or just some pain that keeps holding you back? It's time for you to get better. With Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness, we can help you get your life back. Whether you need to get back to a sport, back in the gym, or just back to enjoying life, our team of specialists use a one-on-one, hands-on approach in our state-of-the-art facility to get you back moving again. Don't settle for where you are. Don't stay in pain. Visit kptonline.com today to see how Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness can help you live well, move more, and hurt less.
This is Stephen Igo, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you have real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about the current real estate market, or do you need a property manager for rental houses? ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX and SD Harris Properties can help answer every question you have and show you a stress-free real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. If you have real estate questions, Scott has answers. Give him a call today at 347-1857. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. It is hot. I've already had to get my AC checked and fixed twice this summer. If you're having issues, call the service professionals from Delcor, 321-8868. Visit online, delcorinc.com, and they will take care of your cooling, heating, and plumbing. So get it right and stay cool, and Delcor will help you out. We're inside the Delcor Players Lounge. Earlier today, Troy D and I talked to East Carolina linebacker Xavier Smith as he joined us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Shirley, let's hear from X right now. All right, back inside the Players Lounge, the Delcor Players Lounge, here on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. ECU linebacker Xavier Smith joining us here on the program. Xavier, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Just got out of a meeting. Outside again for the second time. It's a little hot. Might step inside, but there's no service. But I'm here.
So, Xavier, you got the physical part of it, the sweat, the heat, all that, and you've got the meeting part of it. So how much do meetings, film, that kind of stuff take up your time this part of the calendar year?
Man, camp, we talking about camp. I'll tell you this. I have no clue what day of the week it is every single day. Like yesterday, I thought it was Thursday. I might think it's Monday today. Well, it is Monday today. But tomorrow, I might think it's Friday because that's how exhausted we'll be. I don't be looking at my phone. I don't check the dates. I know I got to do the same thing every day, and I'm on a schedule.
Yeah, Xavier, just Troy, we just talked to Holton about the same thing. Everything's kind of a blur, and you really lose track of day and time, just living one day at a time of what you're doing right now. What's the tougher part of you're kind of the veteran now. What's tougher, the physical part or the mental part of preseason camp?
It's definitely the physical aspect. For me personally, I can say that because I know how important film is because that's where I see myself separating and I see others separate once they get the film piece. But it's really, you got to take the mental aspect and apply it to the physical aspect because that's really what gets you because, like I said, it's hot out here. We're sweating. We're tired. And a lot of guys, they got it all said and done when it's in there in the AC, comfortable, like Coach Houston says. But when it's out here and it's time to grind, that's really when, it hits you. And start at camp, I don't care how much you condition. I don't care how much you run. There's no way you can prepare for how camp going to hit your body. So that's the toughest part for me.
Xavier Smith joining us. So, Xavier, what were the toughest parts of getting back to it last week and the parts you enjoyed? How are you balancing the good with the bad of fall camp after you just about got 1 week under your belt?
I see no bad in fall camp. I think it's all good. We love the work. Well, actually, I can speak for myself, but I can speak for the whole team. We love the work. So I don't see any bad in it. We know this is the things we have to do. We say we want to accomplish our goals. We have goals that we want to set for ourselves as individuals and team. So it's all good work. It's the process. You know, we trust the process, trust the coach's plans, you know, trust our own plan, trust the trainer's plans, and just come every day ready to work. There's no bad in it if you love it.
I know this is week 2 now of fall camp. This is a big install week and full pads. You got a scrimmage coming up Saturday. And full contact means a lot more to, you know, I was joking with Holton, full contact don't mean anything to him. Nobody can touch him. But it means a lot for a linebacker. So take us through what full contact means to you and what you expect out of it.
I mean, to be honest, I look forward to full contact better than thud, because thud is the hardest thing to do. So full contact, I feel like it's the same. It's like we more natural feel, more of a gamey flow. You know, we can really go out there and fly around and, you know, still protecting our guys. But I think it's better to have, you know, a couple live days rather than thud days as far as how the coaches harp on us, because thud tackles hard. But as a defense and being here 5 years and talking to a lot of guys, tackles live periods are actually more easier for a defense. I know not for offense, but
Xavier, I mean, take us through tackling, because I've been here, you know, where we tackle great and we haven't tackled great. You really kind of need to practice tackling, right, to get it down?
Mm-hmm. I mean, what do you mean by going through tackling?
Well, I mean, like, we've had some coaches in the past that there was never really practice on tackling itself. How much do they let you, you know, once you go full speed and full contact, where they, you know, wrapping people up and actually doing it in practice, so that way when the game time rolls around, it's, you know, you're not doing it for the first time?
Oh, yeah, and that all ties into everything. You know, we practice how we play. So the coaches, they harp on us, you know, when we're not giving enough, or it might be something small, you know, that we doing incorrect, because we know how important it is and how it transitions into game time situations. So that's why we take it super important now. We overemphasize it, and to a point where, you know, it's annoying to a point, but that's what we need, because missed tackles, you know, missed opportunities, and missed opportunities, missed games, and that's not what we want this year. We want to win each game, focus on each day.
Xavier Smith joining us. Xavier, how are the young guys coming along behind you and Miles? You've been around here a while, so how about the new faces at linebacker behind you? How did they do the first week of practice?
They're actually doing really good. I'm actually, like, being the old guys, I know it sounds like an old head, but I'm proud of the younger players, and I love watching them grow. Everyone, like, of course, the young guys, the freshmen, they're just getting their welcome to college days in, but everyone's learning fast. And being an older guy, having consistent years of the same defense, now I'm able to give them sauce to help them progress even faster, you know, and then give my experience to the younger guys, hand it down to them, and help everybody out. So it's been actually a blessing to me personally.
Clip X sounded like Coach Smith over there. I'm proud of his young guys, and might have you transition to a new role by the end of the season with that type of level of maturity, Xavier.
For real.
He's a new man. He told us last week he retired from the game. He's got a girlfriend. So.
Yeah, I heard that. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Life is hitting me.
Things change fast, man. a lot of broken hearts out there, Clip, when that announcement was made.
Yeah,
I know it.
Who's the most eligible bachelor on the team now, Xavier? Who do the ladies like over there?
I mean, now that I'm off the market, I guess there are some other options. To be honest, I couldn't tell you. I would say Holton, but Holton off the market now.
Yeah. He's on lockdown right now.
Yeah. So there you go.
I can't be exposing nobody.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Sad times, though. All right, Xavier, how about this week? Troy mentioned a scrimmage coming up, so that's kind of, I guess, a carrot at the end of the stick. What else? I don't know. What do you want to get better at this week, every day of practice?
I mean, right now I'm just focused on doing the little things right. I mean, like I said, it's third-year defense, so what I focus on isn't going to be with the same as what a freshman focuses on. So I'm trying to fix all my little things. You know, first step here, maybe a false step here, put my hands here, maybe my pad level's a little too high. So I'm just trying to narrow in on all the small things that maybe, you know, I overlooked the years prior to, but that just comes with experience. So I'm just trying to shape and mold myself into the best player so that way I can help the team and other players to come.
And by the way, the first coaches poll came out today. NC State picked 13th nationally, so just something, Xavier, I don't know if you're worried about that or not, but the 13th ranked team in the country will be coming to Greenville week 1 of the football season.
Man, I don't been playing all that politics, and they got to line up. We got to line up. So I'm excited for it, and I hope they have a good season. You know, all blessings to them. I wish nothing bad for them, but, you know, I trust my guys. I'm around with my guys. I don't care where they at nationally. I don't care if they number 1 in the nation. I know how my guys coming. I know how the offense coming. I know how the defense coming. So
I mentioned this also a little bit earlier to Holton. You know, the expectations for this year, Xavier, kind of a tale of two different stories. I think the fan base here locally is really excited about this team, and the expectations have risen as far as the potential with this team. Nationally, regionally, you see where East Carolina was in the conference poll and where they rank nationally. I think the expectations are tempered, or you know, not as excited as the fan base is here. A lot of folks not expecting much out of this East Carolina team, and Holton talked about that. You know, puts a chip on their shoulder to be able to prove people wrong. I know you probably feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, being here for 5 years, we always had the chip on our shoulder, so it's nothing new to me when people overlook us. So, like I said, I don't play the politic game. You know, I know a lot of guys in the team, what talent we have, what we can bring to the table. You know, I have faith in my guys. I have faith in these coaches, and, you know, everyone can be beat. So there's not a game on our schedule that we can't beat a team, and that goes both ways. You know, we're in college. Everybody's good. So it's really about who comes to play, and we're going to see.
Xavier Smith joining us. Xavier, appreciate the chat. We'll let you get back to work or hanging out, whatever you're doing. I know you're a busy man, so thanks for your time, and we'll get you back here in studio soon.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Xavier Smith joining us, East Carolina linebacker inside the Delcor Players Lounge. Seems to be in good spirits after almost after 1 week of fall camp. Great job by the Pirate Radio crew this weekend getting videos, interviews. We've got some audio from Mike Houston we'll get to. Also, Gerard Stringer, Malik Fleming talked this weekend. We'll try to get you that as well this week here on Pirate Radio Live. But those videos, those pictures available on our social media accounts, so make sure you are keeping up with all that. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and follow us on YouTube as well. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV for all of the latest. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. Continue on the Delcor Players Lounge. Rajay Harris, East Carolina running back, will join us. Talked to him earlier today. You'll hear that conversation when we return with the Pirate RB right after this.
Are you ready for some football, Pirate Nation? Bud Light is America's favorite light beer and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times this football season, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there's fun. Because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Get ready to have fun this season, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights they have live music open till 2 a.m. serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
That perfect tractor package you've been eyeing at Quality Equipment just got a little more perfect. Haul your next 1, 3, or 5 Series John Deere tractor off the lot on your brand new trailer. Visit our site at QualityEquip.com to add it to your package. Start with Quality Equipment to get any task done right. We've got the full line of John Deere equipment priced right with low monthly payments and special financing. Plus, we service everything we sell. Visit QualityEquip.com to see our latest offers.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
This is ECU Assistant Football Coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC will match all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. CJ Schaefer here on a Monday. Where's Chandler?
I don't know. Did he leave? I don't know where he went.
Okay. I know where he went. I was just curious if anybody else knew. And he's here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's in the building. He's working. He's working on something.
Oh, okay.
A special project. We put him on a side project.
A side quest?
Yes, he's on a side quest.
Oh.
Tribe called Side Quest. But we know where Rajay Harris is. He's inside the Delcor Players Lounge, ready to join us. Hey, look who's here. How's fresh off his side quest?
Man.
Chandler Honeycutt. What's up, Chan Man?
Just enjoying the Players Lounge, brought to you by Delcor.
The Chan Man with the big plan.
I tell you what, Clip.
What's that? You sound a little groggy. Are you all right?
That Parker's today.
What about it?
Oh, man, it's got me in the napping mood.
Dude. Missed Garrett Short there today. I didn't see him.
Yeah, did see Brian Bailey.
You know, been taking the little cat nap?
A little cat nap. I had a sales meeting at 2:30.
Mm-hmm. How'd that go?
Went pretty good. Had a good conversation.
Good to hear.
New business in town. So,
okay.
But yeah, catching up on my sleep.
Good to hear. Good to hear you do that on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Here at Pirate Radio. Catch up on the Z's. All right. Well, welcome in. Maybe you can join us for the last hour or so on the program.
No, I'm gonna go back and take a nap.
All right. Well, appreciate you being here. There's Chandler Honeycutt, everyone, putting in the
no, I'll stick around.
The time on a Monday. Let's get to the interview with the Pirate running back Rajay Harris. Talked to him earlier today inside the Delcor Players Lounge. All right, back inside the Delcor Players Lounge, joining us, Pirate running back Rajay Harris, as he joins us here today on Pirate Radio Live. Rajay, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I couldn't be better. How about yourself?
Great to hear. Doing good this way, too. Ready for some football, Rajay. I'm sure you are as well. So let's talk about how the first part of the week went for you. Still not a full weekend, but almost a week down of fall camp. So how you feeling? You still in good spirits? How you handled the heat and all that?
Yes, I am good. I'm just trying to be a leader to the young guys right now in camp. This is my third camp, so it's kind of like it's not getting easier, but it's more relaxed. I know what's coming, but I'm just trying to be a leader right now. The heat, yeah, everybody hates the heat, but I got to battle through it.
Rajay, we get asked a lot about, because you and Keaton are such known commodities at this point with all you've done on the field. We get asked a lot about, all right, well, who's next in line at that running back spot? And that's a battle going on right now, right, between Camaro, between Gunn, between Pop, who returns from last year. So a lot of talented guys behind you. How have those guys looked through a few days of fall camp?
Pop kind of used to the playbook by now, but Camaro, you got Gunn, you got all the new guys that done came, man, and Nemo and all of them, and they done took the role and then, paid attention in meetings, writing stuff down. It's kind of impressive that they're getting the playbook down that fast, man. It just, I'm proud of them guys.
Rajay, how much does the playbook evolve? Again, you've been on the field playing a lot the last couple of years. How much does Coach Houston, Donnie Kirkpatrick, add to it? And, how many new wrinkles do you see every year? And how much new stuff do you have to learn this year?
So we have installs from, like, every day in camp. So it's always new wrinkles, always new stuff that we have to do. So, me and Keith always have to go back and, study with the young guys because there's some stuff that we don't know. So it's always good to go back and look over the information again and, reinstall it inside your brain. So it's always good to really, lock it back in.
And Rajay, they'll use you in a number of ways. That includes catching the football, which is something you've done good during your career thus far. Last year, 24 catches, 162 yards, and a touchdown. We saw a one-hander or two mixed in there. So I know that's something you take pride in, right, catching the football, and that's a big part of this offense.
Yes, most definitely. If I drop a ball in practice, Coach Foster knows I do 5, I do 10 push-ups. I try not to drop balls in practice, and I've always been like that. I had a receiver in high school. Man, he was a baller receiver. So when he dropped passes, he'd do push-ups. So when I was younger, coming up as a freshman in high school, I seen it and I looked up to that. So I still follow that trait to this day.
Well, hopefully you're not doing too many push-ups out there then, right?
Oh, nah. I'm not doing too many push-ups.
We had some folks out there from Pirate Radio taking pictures last week, and Jenny was out there, and she got a big kick out of Chris Foster wearing a boxing glove, trying to knock the ball out. You guys do a lot of creative things when it comes to ball security. So how about that, Rajay? I know that the coaches really put a premium on taking care of the football, right?
Yes, most definitely. Ever since that we done started stuff like that with Coach Foster, boxing gloves, new drills, the fumbling has went down. My freshman year I fumbled a lot. I struggled with holding the ball, but, last year I fumbled once. Trying to eliminate that this year with no fumbles, but, stuff like that just help people mentally, on the field, and just to let you know, like, I am not going to drop this ball.
Rajay Harris joining us. Rajay, how physical is it right now at camp, and when will that start to ramp up? I know you got a scrimmage coming up this Saturday, so when does the physical part of it begin?
Tomorrow, really. Tomorrow's full pass. Tomorrow, he told us today that we have a couple live periods. So, tomorrow is really the physical day, but don't get me wrong, we still practice physical. No matter if we have, shells on or just helmets, them guys get after it.
I've heard people say, maybe even you, but the offensive guys, running backs will say that you can't really get into a game until you get popped one good time. Is that kind of how you are? I mean, you embrace the physicality of the game, so you kind of like it, right? You like getting hit a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I like it. I like contact. I'm kind of, I like that. Safety come down here and pop me one time. I'm coming back next play, and we're gonna see about that. So, I'm just a very aggressive player. That's how I play the game. That's how I try to teach the young guys to play. You take the physicality to them. You don't let them bring it to you.
Yeah, you like dishing it out. Did you play on the defensive side at all in high school, Rajay, or were you always on the offensive side?
No, I never played defense. I wanted to play defense, but I didn't play no defense.
Too important to the team running the football, I guess. Rajay Harris joining us. You go ahead, Rajay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Rajay joining us. So how about this second week of fall camp? You mentioned pads coming up. Anything else you're looking forward to? What do you want to get better at this week of practice?
This week at practice, I want to be a kind of better leader. A better leader all across the board, because I know this second week is probably going to be the worst week of camp. People are thinking, like, damn, we got 2 more weeks. We got this, we got that. Now let's take it day by day. Let's chase that 1%. Let's get better today. Instead of thinking about tomorrow or next week, let's just get better today. So just being a better leader.
1%, that's his motto. That's what he lives by. Rajay Harris joining us. Rajay, how about the defensive side of the ball? Mike Houston really said, he was asked last Wednesday, who came out ready to go. I think he started with you and Keaton, so that's a good thing. But really said all the veterans. He was very pleased with how everybody came out day one, kind of rearing to go. And that's a good sign of a mature football team, a hungry football team. So you were part of that. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, it was just, like I said, it's my third camp, so I'm kind of more experienced side. But, you got leaders on each side. You got, Holton on offense, kind of leading the offense, kind of, keeping us going, every day, even if we're tired. And you got Xavier and Miles on the defensive side. And they done been there. They done done that. They going into their 4th, 5th year. And it's like, the defense looking so complete over there just because we got more leaders, more people that's standing up, helping, the young guys or even the old guys just to be in the right direction.
Rajay joining us. We talked last week about your diet, and that was a topic over the weekend on Saturday as well. I don't know. Do you feel any different? Do you feel any lighter at all coming into this year?
Yes, I do, especially into my cuts. I got in a little trouble today with our nutritionist. She said I didn't shout her out, but just big shout out to, everybody that helped me, because, I'm watching film the other day. He pulled up a clip from last year, and you could tell, it took me a couple more steps last year to make that cut, make that stick. So now it's like I'm coming into, just taking one step to stick. And, you can see a difference. I can feel a difference. Man, it's just a great feeling, man. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's awesome. And to be a good football player, you got to be able to handle some constructive criticism. So how about that, Rajay? When a coach is on you, when you yourself see it on film, you can see something you need to improve on. It sounds like you're willing to take that. Has it always been that way for you? Is that something you got to kind of learn how to do as you get older?
Hey, man, big shout out to my pops. It started with him. You got to always be coachable. You got to always listen because, the coaches know more than you do. They here for a reason. They getting paid for a reason. So, my pops used to always tell me just respect that people is trying to help you because you couldn't have coaches. I've never had them. You can't have coaches let you just do wrong, do not say nothing. Since I've been here, all the coaches, no matter if you're a starter, non-starter, you feel me, offense, defense, they're going to help you. They're going to guide you. So that's just a big blessing to them.
That's awesome. Rajay Harris joining us. And I think on that same note, Rajay, I remember, and I'll tell you this, when you first started and you had a good game in your first game of your career, I said, man, I like this Harris kid, but that number 47, it doesn't look right. I don't know about it. And I think you mentioned that number has big significance to you. And after I heard that, I was like, all right, it's cool. But tell everybody why you wear that 47.
So 47 is the number worn by my pops, and in high school, pops was a 4'2" guy. He was just very, very electric. But my pops had a daughter when he was in college and left the game of football alone. But I'm gonna tell you why it's like a significant number for me. So in high school, I wore 47, balled out just like him. We had the similar stats. Came to college, I had a daughter. I had a daughter or whatever, and thinking about it, my pops had a daughter. So I'm thinking now, like, dang, man, this is, you feel me? It just keep on reappearing. Like 47, I'm following my dad's footsteps. I don't even think my dad knew this, but my dad gave football up. So he was telling me, was talking. He was like, you can't give football up. You can't give football up. So the difference between me and Pops, I didn't give up. And that's why he's a father. That's why he's telling me to this day that, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because I'm following his footsteps. But I didn't mess up. I didn't give up, when that adversity came. So that 47 got a lot of reasons to it, but that's just one of them. Just shout out to Pops, man, hardworking man. Every day. He might go in on weekends. He might work 7 days out the week. And I'm seeing that as a kid. I understand it. But now as I'm older, I got little brothers. I'm trying to tell them that, Pops is a hardworking man. You feel me? Like, it just, man, it's crazy, man. And I'll just look back and I can just see everything that he has done for us. And, that 47, that's a big number in our family. It holds a legacy because I'm telling you now, Pops, he used to run that ball, and, I'm just trying to live up to them expectations, man.
Man, that's sounds like a great role model on and off the field for you, Rajay. That's awesome stuff, man. Rajay, we'll let you get back to work. I know you're pumped up. The first scrimmage coming up Saturday, so I don't know. Is that going to be more for the young guys, or are you and Keaton going to get some run on Saturday? What do you think?
Shoot, I want some runs.
I know you want some, but will the coaches let you? That's the question.
That's the question. I don't know. Yeah, ask Coach Houston that.
Good deal. We'll try to get you a carry or two at least, right? A catch or two also. Rajay, thanks for joining us, man. Keep up the good work, and we'll get you back in studio here soon.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Rajay. Rajay Harris joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line inside the Delcor Players Lounge here on a Monday, and gave you the story behind the number 47. Got a lot of interesting things when it comes to numbers. Gerard Stringer told a story. We'll try to get to that at some point on today's show about why he chose the number he chose. So these numbers are special to these college guys. Keaton Mitchell, by the way, going to the number 2. We'll talk to Deuce coming up in hour number 3. Also, Miles Berry going to join us inside the Players Lounge in the third hour of today's show. But when we return, we'll hear comments from Mike Houston as he met with the media on Saturday, give his thoughts on the first almost full week of ECU fall camp. That's on the way when we return. Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all you boat owners. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Holton Ahlers, and when it comes to getting your family together, there's no better place than Familia, which is Italian for family. Familia is the place I like to bring my football family, especially my offensive linemen. Whether it's great New York-style pizzas, homemade meatballs, lasagna, chicken parmesan, or delicious homemade desserts, Familia is a winning play every time. For dine-in or takeout, make Familia your go-to play when you have a hungry team. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Go Pirates!
Your first stop for shopping is at Shimmer Boutique. This is Ashley from Shimmer. We are fully stocked with the latest apparel, shoes, and accessories and more. If you need gift ideas or some shopping therapy for yourself, stop by today. Looking for the hottest shoes on the market? Shimmer has the biggest selection of Hey Dudes anywhere. Shimmer has the newest Yeti products and colors. Want this year's most popular bag? Shimmer has a great selection of all your bog bag needs and accessories. Shimmer in Greenville, Winterville, and Jacksonville.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you need is sweaty relatives. Guarantee your air conditioning system is ready to keep everybody cool. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
The Wood Ducks are hosting the 3rd annual Kingston Cornhole Classic on Saturday, September 17th, sponsored by Brooks Pool Realty. Gates open at 10 a.m. and the tournament starts at 11. There will be 3 brackets with cash prizes for the top 3 teams from each bracket. The cost is $80 per team, and to register, please contact Maddie Meehan at MMEEHAN@woodducksbaseball.com or call 252-686-5165. We will see you at the 3rd annual Cornhole Classic on September 17th at Granger Stadium.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine has been caring for Pirate Nation and the student athletes at ECU for more than 35 years and are the official team physicians for ECU. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center provides a variety of general and specialized operative and non-operative orthopedic services to meet the needs of the patients in Eastern North Carolina. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Clip Rock. Chandler Honeycutt, Shirley Rhodes, CJ Schaefer here on a Monday. We have already had conversations with Holton Ahlers, Xavier Smith, Rajay Harris inside the Delcor Players Lounge. Also, Kevin Monroe joined us here on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. So if you are impatient and want to hear those segments now, you can do so on YouTube, where you can rewind live while the show is on, or you can wait till it's all done, see it on Facebook, or download it from our podcast, Apple. Also Android. It is available for you. We've got more interviews to go. We'll get to those a little later on in Hour 3. But want to hear some Mike Houston comments from over the weekend. First of all, I feel like we haven't really officially welcomed everybody on the show yet. We have been busy today. Shirley, as you know, you've been busy here all day.
Uh-huh.
We went out to Parker's, covered the Big Carolina 3A, 4A, got those videos popping up on our social media now. Good job, Chandler, on the video side of things.
Thank you, Clip. I appreciate
Good work. CJ, good to see you here today as well. And once again, shout out to our team over the weekend covering East Carolina football practice on Saturday. Got some nice pictures, video, and some audio from Mike Houston. So let's hear that right now as Mike Houston gave his opening comments on Saturday.
Second day in Shells. It's been we have pushed them. It's been a challenging 4 days to start camp, which is what we wanted. I think we've seen a ton of good stuff. We've had to, coach our tails off on some stuff. One thing that's obvious is, it's a bunch that competes. It's a very aggressive team, and it's a bunch. When you put something on it now, they go at each other. So that's a good thing. Okay, just have to remind them a little bit that this isn't game day in September. When on the first day in Shells. So, positive start. Tomorrow we'll have a day off from practice. We'll have some film and some community engagement, and get some rest and treatment and all that stuff, and get ready to go on Monday.
And Mike Houston there, talking about where the team is right now as far as at this portion of camp, and the players sounds like they're ready to go for pads tomorrow. They are fired up for that. Mike Houston was also asked about the installation of the offense defense, and now with so many veterans on the team, has that gone smoother this year compared to years past?
Well, yeah, probably so, because now we've piled a lot in there in 4 days. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff in both sides of the ball. And with the first unit, it's pretty smooth. Now there's obviously wrinkles, the new receivers, stuff we still got to iron out, but we've thrown a lot at them in 4 days.
All right, Jalen Johnson, a receiver that folks are excited about. He had the highlight catch, I believe, this weekend that was shown on social media. One-hander, mossing a guy. Talked about his getting healthy and the player he is. Cut 3, Charlie.
Well, he's made several plays the first 4 days. I think he's making the contested catches much better right now than he did in the spring. And a lot of that has to do with being healthy. But I think he's ran really well. Now, all of them are a little dead-legged today. I mean, we had some heat there the first 2 days. It cooled off a little bit yesterday, but we had the heat back this morning. So all of them are a little dead-legged. But I think he's had a good start to camp.
All right, anything surprise you during camp? Mike Houston was asked that on Saturday. Here was his response.
I don't know. I mean, I've had pretty high expectations coming into camp, and I think that we've met a lot of those. Just standing up here, I think that the backs are exactly what I said that the first day. I mean, after 2 days in pads, they're exactly what I expected them to be. Going into this year. I think our offensive line had a good day today. Now, yesterday they kind of got dotted a little bit in our first kind of competitive, competition situation. Run, play, action, pass deal. I mean, the defense. But I'm telling you, that defense is pretty salty. All those guys are back. They play with an edge to them, a lot of energy. They like to run and hit. They feed off each other. So it's going to be good. I mean, that's why I told them. I said, when we go good on good out there, you're not going against chopped meat over there on the other side of the football. So you're going to improve, and we need each other. And that's one thing we focused on today is, we had some pod work where it's basically live O-line versus D-line, half line kind of stuff. And those D linemen, they need that double team. They need to get holding off that double team, not getting knocked off the ball. The offensive line, they need that fight from the defense. So I think there's just so many positives, the first 4 days of practice.
All right, Mike Houston there. He was also asked about his expectations coming out of camp.
Well, I expect us to look like a good football team. I mean, that first scrimmage next Saturday, I expect us to, be clicking with those first units. You got too much experience, too many guys are too committed to not go out there and look really, really good. And that's now both sides of the ball. That's not just one side. So I expect us to be a good football team.
All right, Mike Houston was asked, will he keep the Rajay Keaton combo going or mix some other guys in as well at running back?
Well, the competition right now is for who's the third back. There's no doubt we got 2 number ones, so they'll take care of, those carries right there. And we're trying to figure out who number 3 is. And, honestly, it's probably a 3-man competition right now. And there's been some positives by all of them.
All right, mentioned this earlier, just that how the need for a number 3 back to be in this offense, be ready to go week 1, because what happened last year is outside of the norm to have 2 high-quality backs almost split the touches and stay healthy all year. Just kind of unheard of in the game of football. So Mike Houston was asked about how key it is to have a third running back in this offense.
I mean, we were very fortunate last year. I mean, we went through the year, basically playing 2 backs. I have not done that very often. So, I mean, we've had years where that third back ended up being your leading rusher. So, We got to have somebody step up and come through out there, and they will. Somebody's going to rise to the top during camp.
All right, Mike Houston was asked, are you looking for the third back to catch passes out of the backfield?
Somebody to run the offense. We do a little bit of everything with our backs. But, whoever that third guy is, we can tailor, what we do to him. Rajay and Keaton do such a great job of catching the ball out of the backfield in addition to running the ball that you can do a lot with those two.
All right, let's go to Mike Houston 10. Shirley, he was asked, with all the attention of Ryan Jones, does that add a chip to the shoulder of Shane Calhoun?
Probably. And I've talked to both of them, and I've talked in particular to Shane. Shane is a dang good football player. Shane is going to be one of the better tight ends in this league before he leaves East Carolina. He's going to be a very good player for us this year. I think he's improved over what he was last year. He had a huge catch. We had a third down competition at the end of practice where it's a kind of a one-play deal. We had 5 shots. The winner's best 3 out of 5. The first play, he's running a stick route, and he's got a safety bearing down on him. He's got a linebacker coming at him. He knows he's going to get hit. Okay, so tough catch. He makes the catch, makes the first down. So he's a veteran guy, even though he's still got multiple years of eligibility left. But he's a good football player.
All right, Chandler, Shane Calhoun, I don't know the right word, but is he the most underrated, unheralded, unappreciated? We don't talk about him a lot.
No, rightfully so, because you got a guy in Ryan Jones who does it all for East Carolina, can line up as a tight end, can line up in the slot. But Shane Calhoun, we've heard it many times from Mike Houston, do not count out Shane Calhoun, and I hope there is a chip on that guy's shoulder, because maybe Ryan Jones can kind of blindside defenses with Shane Calhoun, and he can have a big year alongside Ryan Jones.
Mike Houston was asked his expectations from Holton Ahlers in his final year at quarterback.
Well, I want him to go out and just kind of play, without a whole lot of weight on his shoulders. Expect him to go out and lead us. I wish him all the success in the world. I told him, I said, I hope you throw for 4,000 yards, because if you do, we've had a great year. But I don't want to sit here and put any kind of statistical measurements on him. I just hope he goes out, has fun, plays to the very best of his ability, and enjoys this year with his teammates, because the loose and relaxed Holton Ahlers is a darn good quarterback.
All right, and finally, Mike Houston was asked about, with Bruce Bivens moving on, also Ram Sewer at the linebacker position, have Miles Berry and Xavier Smith stepped up in their leadership roles?
Well, that's 2 guys that played a lot of ball. They're both fifth-year seniors, so it's not like you're trotting a rookie out there and then you throw Chance in there with us. You got 3 guys that played a lot of snaps, so we feel very good about the leadership on defense.
All right, there is Mike Houston from Saturday. Sounds fired up about his football team.
Absolutely, yeah, and good first week of fall camp, and it's the most, I want to say it's the most relaxed, the most exciting I have heard Mike Houston coming into this, the 4th fall camp for him at the helm of East Carolina football. So very exciting times, and before you know it, Clip, it'll be September 3rd, ECU versus NC State.
Yeah, you just hope the guys keep that edge on them and they don't lax off. It almost seems like it's going too good right now, and we're just going to hear Mike Houston explode one day and talk about how bad of a day they had. You have those
and things. Mike Houston is not blowing smoke up our you-know-whats. He will tell us when there's a bad day of practice. Yeah. But I think these guys, it's a veteran group, and even some of these new guys that you bring in here bring experience from their other schools. So, and you go back to one of the first practices, the first spring, first summer, these guys really didn't know how to practice. But now these guys are ready to go in week 1, and now they're starting week 2 of fall camp, and yeah, very exciting times.
We were talking some returner, I think, last week, and
who will it be back there?
Johnson.
Heard
some talk of C.J. Johnson getting in some work at kick return, punt return. I will ask Keaton Mitchell about the chances he could be back there.
I can't wait to hear his answer.
That was a topic Friday night on our Twitter Spaces. Check us out. We've done it the last 2 Fridays. Might just trying to keep that rolling, have a lot of fun answering questions, also asking questions of you in the Pirate Nation. If you're on Twitter, you can jump on with us, and it's kind of like a live call-in radio show type of thing where you get control of the mic. You can ask a question or talk about what you want to talk about, give an answer. So we've had some fun with that, but we were going over Chris Johnson return kicks for East Carolina. during his time here. I was watching the USC. So yesterday, Ellerby had talked about the Derek Jeter 30 for 30, which do we need really 8 episodes on it? I thought it was a little much. I've been watching it. I caught up with it. It's pretty good. It's good. Jeter's awesome. I hated him because he was a Yankee. I pulled for the underdogs.
Responsible for 2 Braves losses in the World Series?
2, yeah. He beat the Braves twice in the World Series. But then I was like, what else have I not watched from the 30 for 30? I feel like I've seen them all. And I never watched the one on USC and their little mini dynasty they had in the early to mid 2000s. So I watched that. And in the and it was a championship game, but they had Reggie Bush. They're all the Heisman Trophy winner back there returning kicks.
Yeah.
So if he could do it, can Keaton Mitchell do it for East Carolina?
I would think so, and I would love for it to be so, because I would love to be sitting in Dowdy Ficklin Stadium watching Keaton Mitchell take one back with his speed. But it's something that we mentioned last week when we brought up this discussion. You have to kind of put the risk factor in it, because he can get hurt on any return. But if you're throwing a Reggie Bush out there, if you're throwing a Chris Johnson out there,
that's my point.
Exactly. I get your point. Why not throw a Keaton Mitchell out there and see how it does?
Yeah. Talk to him coming up later on inside the Players Lounge. We'll talk to Miles Berry when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Shirley Rhodes, why don't we go ahead and open up the booty bag here on a Monday?
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right. 317-1250. Shirley, what do you want to give away on this Monday?
Let's see. Let's do a $10 gift card to Familia.
All right, a $10 gift card to Familia.
How do you say Familia and Brian Kelly?
Familia.
Familia. I'm here with my Familia.
Take your Familia to Familia. 317-1250. What caller are you looking for?
7.
All right, caller 7. 317-1250. We're back inside the Delcor Players Lounge with Miles Berry right after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Last year, we found out that I had cancer. We were all super scared. Mom and Dad said they don't know what we would have done if Riley's Army hadn't been there for us.
We invite you to join us on Saturday, August 27th at the Hilton Greenville for the Glow for Gold Gala, benefiting Riley's Army, presented by Grover Gaming. Tickets can be found at rileysarmy.com or by calling 252-481-4471.
Riley's Army hopes that you never need them, but if you do, they'll be there for your family, just like they were for mine.
Welcome to US Cellular, where new and current customers choose any phone they want for free.
Free? Even the one with 5G and lots of storage?
Free.
And the one with the latest everything?
Free.
At US Cellular, any phone you see is free, whether you're a new or current customer. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We all love using Uber Eats, DoorDash, and grocery pickup. It makes life so much easier. Well, now there is cellular delivery, and the team at Cellular Warehouse has perfected the process. They will deliver your new phone right to your door with all your information loaded on the new phone, and the best thing is there is no charge for this awesome service. And you don't have to waste half the day sitting in a Cellular store. Call Toby Williams today at 252-799-7051 and let his team of experts make your cellular delivery today. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent, serving all of Eastern North Carolina.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro. We are the professional office systems people.
Pirate. Once a child wants to spell.
P is for pirate. R is for radio.
Speak and spell.
That is correct.
Radio.
You are right.
I'm learning a lot, really.
Pirate.
Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Carolina Caliber has the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and is one of the top firearm dealers anywhere. They have everything you need for hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. Carolina Caliber will buy, sell, and trade. Carolina Caliber, locally owned and operated since 1960 on Fire Tower Road in Winterville. And congratulations to Jackie Hutcherson of Winterville. Picked up a $10 gift card to Familia. Familia is your place for great Italian food, whether it's great New York-style pizzas, homemade meatballs, lasagna, chicken parm, or the delicious homemade desserts. Familia is a winning play every time. For dine-in or takeout, make Familia your go-to play when you have a hungry team. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, back with you inside Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday, and back inside the Players Lounge presented by Delcor. Delcor, trusted HVAC and plumbing contractor in Eastern North Carolina for residential and businesses for over 5 decades. When it comes to cooling, heating, and plumbing, you can always rely on the service professionals for any size job. Call 321-8868 or go to delcorinc.com. And Delcor, proud sponsor of the Players Lounge, have already had great conversations with Holton Ahlers, Xavier Smith, Rajay Harris. Earlier today, Troy D and I caught up with Miles Berry, Pirate linebacker. Let's hear that conversation right now. All right, back inside the Delcor Players Lounge here on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Rock, Troy D here with East Carolina linebacker Miles Berry, who joins us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Miles, appreciate your time once again. How you doing today, man?
Most definitely. I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. And Miles, you were a big hit with your interview last week, talking about how you're bilingual, your plans for off the football field, and you made some new fans, which is no new thing for you, Miles, as you've become a fan favorite here at East Carolina. And I know that's something you appreciate, right, Miles? How does that make you feel when you got so many fans of yourself, not just for what you do on the football field, but what you do off the field?
Well, I mean, it feels amazing. You know, Pirate Nation is near and dear to my heart. I've worked a lot on and off the field, so just being able to connect with multiple different people, not just for football, but for being bilingual and also my academics is a great thing. So I'm glad to have it.
Miles, is Troy. I think one of the things that, why the coaches always rave about you and why people kind of gravitate to you is just your positive attitude. It's one thing to be physical and a great athlete, but your attitude is something that you can control. And some people have good attitudes, some people don't. Some people are positive, some people are negative. You're always upbeat, you're always positive, and I think that's something that says a lot about who you are. With that being said, we had just talked to some of the other guys about this with camp now. A lot of it's physical, some of it's mental. As you go into this final camp, how much of it is mental for you versus the physical part, and which part's toughest?
I would say the mental aspect will probably be the toughest. Physical aspect is hard too. With me being a veteran and this my 5th year, it's taxing on my body. But really, the mental aspect of it is biggest for me because I've been here, I've been in these situations before, and just trying to show the young guys, how to operate and how to practice on a day-to-day basis and how to be consistent is the biggest thing. And I think consistency is more mental than it is physical. So that's my biggest thing. And just being positive and being a positive guy is something that I strive for every day. I don't take any moment for granted. And that's why I choose to be positive and just try to uplift everybody and be a positive outlook for everybody on the team.
Miles Berry joining us earlier. Miles, Xavier said the young guys are coming along great, and he said, not to sound like an old head, but he was very proud of the younger guys at middle linebacker for East Carolina after 1 week. So give us a couple names. Who's surprised you or who excited you, Miles, at that linebacker position that maybe we're not familiar with?
Well, Taylor Jackson is always I've been working hand-in-hand with him. He plays will linebacker also. So we've been grinding all summer on and off the field, just in the playbook. So he sticks out to me. Also, Mike Edwards, transfer guy, young guy. He came from Georgia Southern, I believe, and he's been molding greatly into the defense. Also, Chance Bates, he's an older guy, veteran, 5th-year guy, but he transferred from Kennesaw State. He's been molding greatly into the defense and also been a positive guy on the defensive side. Also, Jamari, I forgot his last name right now, but Jamari is a young guy. He's learning the ropes and trying to figure everything out, but he's been positive and he's been playing very well. So those are just off the top of my head. Also, Jacoby Simpson. Jacoby Simpson isn't necessarily a young guy, but he's been playing at a very high level also. So really, really across the board in the linebacker room, we've been just trying to better ourselves and improve each other, and we're not, we take a lot of constructive criticism and we're not settling for less. So really across the board, man, we've been getting at it in the first week.
A lot of names there, and by the way, easy to remember Jamari's last name. He's Young, Miles, so that's his last name, Jamari Young.
He is young.
And Miles, hearing you say that, man, we've talked O-line, D-line, this coaching staff, and you've been here, you've seen it, has really added depth and a lot of talent to this roster. It sounds like linebacker could be one of those positions this year where we see a lot of guys rotating in and out. Is that something maybe you're anticipating for this season?
Yeah, most definitely. And just across the board, I know last year we saw a lot of rotation, and now we have the depth to be able to rotate a lot of guys and just to be fresh for all 4 quarters. I think that's the main thing that was lacking in my first couple years, like first 3 years here at ECU. We didn't have the depth to rotate. So around the 4th quarter, we didn't have the physical stability and physical endurance to be able to last in those games. But now our 2 deep is so strong, our 3 deep is so strong that we're able to rotate guys. So we're fresh throughout the whole game. So the 1st quarter looks the same as the 4th quarter. And I think that's what will give us the biggest advantage to this year on offense and the defensive side.
Miles, take us through the week coming up, because I know, last week was hey, let's get acquainted, let's ease the guys into it, and now week 2 it gets real. This is the big install week, and as you lead into the first scrimmage of the year, this is a big week here, week 2 of preseason camp. What's going to be going on the rest of the week for you guys?
Well, yeah, the first week, like you said, is an acclimatization week. You know, physically, we trying to get used to the heat, get used to the humidity of everything, and just getting used to playing football and those practice habits. So now week 2, our body is pretty much adjusted. Week 2 is more mental. We putting a lot of plays in, a lot of different coverages, a lot of different defenses in. So it's more the mental test of being able to switch different responsibilities, switch different alignments, and be able to operate. This week, you know, week 2 is a longer week. You know, we go Monday through Saturday. Saturday is a scrimmage day. So the big emphasis this week is not only on the mental side, but making sure we're taking care of our bodies. That's big because you want to put great film on tape for the scrimmage Saturday, but you also have to, you know, put great film throughout the week and be consistent. So the biggest thing that especially we're telling the young guys is make sure you get in the training room, because it's a long week, and make sure you get in that playbook because we're putting a lot of defenses in, a lot of install, and you don't want to forget day 1 install from last week because you're putting in new stuff in. So just the mental aspect and the physical aspect to be consistent and go into the scrimmage Saturday very strong.
Miles Berry joining us. Miles, you mentioned there getting in the film work, getting in the playbook. So how do you balance kind of off time? Because sometimes your off time means, all right, you still got to work. You still got to do football-related things. So how do you balance it where it's not too much for you, where you can do a few things off the field, but also make sure you get your work in? I guess as a veteran, you know how to balance that now. So how do you go about doing that?
Well, really, you know, by the time we shower and get off the field after practice, it's usually around 12. So just get in. My schedule personally is I get in, I eat, make sure I eat a good meal, a big meal. So I'm putting those because you lose weight off the field, on the field. So you make sure off the field that you have to gain that weight back. But after that, I get in the cold tub. I make sure I get in the cold tub around 20 minutes and then get in the hot tub. And that makes my body feel so much more refreshed. After that, I'll look over the practice. Now it's about, 115-ish, 120. I'll look over the practice, just slightly breeze over it and skim through and just see some adjustments that need to be made from the practice earlier. And then around that time, it's around 1:30, 1:45. I'm getting ready to take a nap. Right now, I'm in the study hall room. I have me a little cozy little spot in the study hall room. So get me a good nap in. Really, I need a good hour and a half. If I get a good hour and a half in, I'm pretty much refreshed. And then by that time, it's around 3:30, and then we're getting ready for a 4 o'clock team meeting. And for the 4 o'clock team meeting, we're in our seats by 3:45. And then we're about to finish the day. 4 o'clock, we team meeting, special teams meet, position meet, and then we go over the film again as an entire defense and as an entire position group. And that's how you move forward.
You mentioned the hot tub, which I could definitely get used to, but that cold tub is something that I just don't know mentally. Like, I can't even stand a cold shower. How do you prepare yourself? And I know it works. I mean, I know if you can do it, it's great for your body, but how do you ever get used to that? I just don't know if I could do it.
Really, I mean, even me, I'm a fifth-year guy, and I have to really talk myself into getting into it sometimes. So I make sure I have my headphones in. I might put on a turn or a up-tempo song, so it kind of takes my mind off of it. You just got to get in. You just got to get in and just sit in. And once that initial shock hits you, around 2 minutes later, your body gets adjusted to it. But it's just the initial shock that hits your body. But I'm telling you, after you get out of the cold tub and then get in the hot tub, your body just feels so much better. And that's what you need to be able to practice and be consistent and stay healthy. You need the cold tub and hot tub. So it's a mental thing. But once you put that music on and just get in, you'll feel good.
Just curious, how long do you stay in the cold tub, and then how long do you do the hot tub for?
I usually do 15 to 20 minutes each. So around 15, 20 in the ice tub. And then I might go a little longer in the hot tub just because it feels so good. You know, the hot tub, especially when we have these jets in the hot tub that kind of push the water and onto your back and onto your legs. So it's kind of like you're getting massaged while being in the hot tub. So I might stay in there 20 to 25 minutes. And then after that, once I feel good, I'm ready for a good old nap. after that.
I know. You're making me sleepy just talking about it. I was just thinking about that.
Ready for a good old nap after that, and I'm gonna take a great nap after this phone call. I'm looking forward to it.
Miles Berry joining us. Miles, great to have staff continuity with Coach Dowse, Coach Scott, Coach Steve Ellis, and Roy Tesh, Trip Weaver on the defensive side. But how much is it an advantage to have your defensive coordinator be your position coach? I mean, you're around Blake Harrell a whole lot, I would imagine. How nice is that to not only talk about your position, but talk about the defense as a whole with your coach?
It's really a beautiful thing, and I'm so thankful for it, because not only am I getting coached up on my position, but since he's a defensive coordinator, he's looking at everything from a full defensive standpoint. And now, since we're year 3 in the defense, I know me personally and also Xavier Smith, we're able to look at the corrections for not only the linebackers, but also the safeties, also the D linemen, also the corners. So I really learned the whole defense, not just my position. And me and Coach Harrell, we work hand in hand, and we talk through different scenarios and different cheats, and he listens to us also. You know, if I see something and I don't really like the look, or if I see a signal and I feel like, you know, we can change this signal into something else to make the defense simpler, you know, he listens. So just being able to have that one-on-one with him, and him, like I said, not only being my linebacker coach, but being a defensive coordinator, it's a great thing, and I don't take it for granted, and it's a blessing to have him.
Miles Berry joining us earlier today. Miles, Troy D and I were at Parker's Barbecue for the Big Carolina 3A, 4A Media Day for high school football, which is coming up next Friday. Believe it or not, just one more Friday without high school football. So when you think back to your Friday night lights days, Miles, any moments, any plays, any memories, any victories come to mind for you?
Well, definitely off the top of my head, just winning the state championship, you know, on NC State's field. That was the first time playing on their field, and just winning the state championship in 2016 was a beautiful moment. I love those guys, still talk to those guys to this day. But rivalries, I'll say the Page and Dudley games, 2016 and 2017 were huge games, you know, brought the whole city out. East side of Greensboro versus the west side of Greensboro in a sense. But Friday nights, Dudley under the lights was definitely a great moment, and I cherish those days, and I miss those days sometimes because, you know, it's different playing in college, you know, because you're playing for, you know, the city and playing for the school, but in high school, you know, you're playing for your classmates, and you see them and coming in Fridays with your jersey on and everybody knowing it's game day. It's a beautiful thing. So definitely miss those days and miss those memories sometimes, but I would love to, when I finish this season, be able to hit some of those Friday night games next year and kind of relive those moments. So looking forward to that.
Miles, before I let you go, you know, when I'm out and about in the community, there's a lot of buzz about ECU football, especially this time of year. A lot of excitement building to that September 3rd kickoff with NC State here in Greenville.
Yes, sir.
That's what people are talking about that I run into. What about you? You know, you're rolling with your teammates all the time. When you guys aren't doing media and just hanging with yourselves and the coaches aren't around, what are you guys talking about?
Well, you know, we're talking about the game, but, you know, we love talking about whatever is current events. You know, we play pool and we have the video games and different consoles in the players' lounge. So when we're not, you know, in meetings and thinking about football, we're really just thinking about everything else. You know, if some nice shoes or nice sneakers are dropping, you know, we're looking at the different drops on the sneakers apps and different things like that. We're looking at, like I said, different video games, and we're playing games and talking junk. We also have a pool table in our players' lounge, so we're playing pool and just always competing, you know. But really, we're just relaxing and enjoying each other's company and really just looking out for each other and really increasing that brotherhood and building that bond separate from football, you know, because football takes up so much of our time. So we make sure that when we're not thinking about football and meetings, that we're there for each other and really learning about each other and bonding. So that's the main thing we focus on.
Miles Berry joining us today on the Delcor Players Lounge. Miles, great to catch up with you, man. Good luck this second week of fall camp, and got a scrimmage coming up. I know you guys are excited about that coming up Saturday.
Right, yeah, ready to go live and do some like live tempos and live periods, really to bring real football back, So looking forward to that. But thanks for having me again, and I look forward to our next chat.
Yeah, Miles, real quick, Keaton Mitchell said he's going to be even faster this year. Are you fast enough to try and track him down?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely when he increases his speed, I increase my speed. So we definitely go at it every day in practice, and I love going against him. He's one of the best running backs in the nation. So that only elevates my game to be one of the best linebackers in the nation.
Has he gotten faster to you?
He has definitely gotten faster, but I've gotten faster too. So I love competing against him, and when he breaks one, trust me, you'll see it.
Miles Berry joining us. Great stuff, Miles.
Awesome, man.
Enjoy it, man.
Yeah, and enjoy that nap. You've earned it.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I will. Good talking to y'all, man.
You too. We'll talk again next week. Stay safe, man.
Okay.
All right, take care.
Miles Berry joining Troy D and I inside the Players Lounge. Great guy, and sounds like enjoying his time here with ECU Fall Camp. Chandler is that's kind of been the sense from all these guys. There's not a lot of dread or complaint about the heat. They all sound excited, ready to go.
They're ready to go. And as soon as you guys brought up the scrimmage coming up on Saturday, you can just tell he's very excited about that. Everybody's excited about that, especially all 8 players here in the Delcor Players Lounge. John Moody on Twitter says, Miles sounds like he just finished a 7-year NFL career and now has a family and is a successful realtor in the Triangle.
He is a grown A man.
And at the end of this season, he will be finishing a 5-year career here at East Carolina. He's a seasoned vet and has seen the ups and downs of this football program, and hopefully he's going to end it on a high note.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up with Keaton Mitchell, who came by the Pirate Radio studios earlier today. You'll hear that when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
Everybody's thinking we're having some inventory issues in the car business, which some of it's true. But the good news is, we're getting vehicles from the factory every single week. So what the customer can do is come in, get an appraisal on their trade-in if they have one. They can pick a vehicle that's incoming and actually kind of build it how they want. And then when it gets here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, they're actually taking delivery of a new vehicle.
Brown & Wood, your #1 dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Let's party, Pirate Nation. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party presented by Bud Light on Thursday, September 1st is approaching fast, and tickets are on sale right now for only $10. 100% of the ticket sales will be donated to these 4 local charities: Sportworks Ministries, Riley's Army, Daughters for Dads, and the Heather Ann Batiste Scholarship Fund for the ECU School of Nursing. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party will feature entertainment by America's favorite 1980s tribute band, The Breakfast Club.
Trying to stop my hands from shaking. Something in my mind's not making sense.
Plus, the world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales will be on site for a photo opportunity. The place to be to kick off football season is at the State Theater in downtown Greenville for the best party of the year. Go to pr927fm.com now and get your tickets before it sells out, and we'll see you Thursday, September 1st at the Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party.
At Parker's Barbecue, our family has been serving your family for 3 generations.
For that, we say thank you.
Blessing families every Thursday. Kids eat free all day. That's the Parker's way.
Legendary food served from our 3 locations. Always quick, always delicious. That's the Parker's way.
At Parker's, our mission is to impact our customers through Christ-like service in a way that feeds them both physically and spiritually. That is the Parker's way.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
This pepperoni was carefully placed by hand by a pizza maker at Papa John's. Just like this one, and that one over there. Ooh, and even these in the crust. Get yourself the new epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza, only at Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
Welcome to US Cellular, where new and current customers choose any phone they want for free.
Free? Even the one with 5G and lots of storage?
Free.
And the one with the latest everything?
Free.
At US Cellular, any phone you see is free, whether you're a new or current customer. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting pirates.
This is Holton Ahlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. To get the business services that are right for your business today, contact the team of experienced local bankers at First Bank. The team includes bankers you can trust like Ashley Capps, Lee Watson, Bonner Lathan, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nesbitt. First Bank, together with their customers, they're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
One more to go in our Players Lounge here on this Monday. And by the way, might have some guys pop in later on this week. So more player interviews to go this week inside the Delcor Players Lounge. It's time to hear from Keaton Mitchell. And earlier today, I was texting Keaton, calling Keaton, trying to get up with him to get him on the show. And I said, hey, man, you got a couple minutes to chat with us? And he said, yeah, I just pulled into the parking lot. He is so fast that from the time I called to, the time he answered, and by the end of our conversation, he was here in studio.
And he didn't drive, he ran.
No, he just ran here. It's
He ran from the Ward's medicine building.
So we had him inside the Pirate Radio studios. So Shirley, let's hear that convo right now. All right, back inside the Delcor Players Lounge. Keaton Mitchell joining us on this Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Keaton, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great day.
You got a smile on your face, so you've been handling the first week of camp all right? Everything been going good?
Yeah, it's smooth. We ain't really do too much contact. Well, we've been doing thug, but we start going live tomorrow, full pass, so I'm just chilling right now.
Full Pad Tuesday coming up. Saw pictures last week, talked about this with Rajay, but Coach Foster's got the boxing glove on.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all do a lot of different things for ball security, right?
Oh, yeah. He got the boxing glove. Man, if you seen him in person, you know he's strong. So when he hit, you got to hold tight for real. So, yeah, that's good.
You've been doing a good job with the security part of it?
Oh, yes, sir. No fumbles yet from me and Raw.
Also, you made a claim Saturday. You got even faster.
Oh, yes, sir.
Is that scientific? Is that on paper proven, or is that just in your mind?
Proven. Ask the guys out there. They know.
Miles Berry said he got faster, too.
Oh, yeah.
Plans on chasing you down. Maybe in the scrimmage Saturday.
He ain't going to chase me down, but he got faster, though, yeah. He looked good out there.
And what's it like, Keaton, to see the entire team improving? And it goes from your side of the ball to the defense. Iron sharpens iron. That's the phrase. Is that something you see out there every day?
Yes, sir. We go at it every day, seeing them improve their game, seeing us improve our game. Like, we just pushing each other to get better, so it's good to see.
How about as far as the playbook goes, knowing the plays? How many added wrinkles has Coach Kirkpatrick, Coach Houston added for this season? You got some new stuff you haven't done in the past?
Yeah, we put a little new plays in, just working those, seeing what's gonna be there this year, what's not, see what we can do, seeing what the wide receivers, because we got a new squad. So if they can do it, then we're gonna put it in. So yeah,
we saw some highlights from some of those new receivers. How are Winstead and Johnson and Garner from Duke? How's all the new guys fitting in with you guys right now?
Yeah, they look good. I ain't gonna lie. They blocking on the perimeter, going to get the up balls, going to get the post. So I love to see it. I love to see that we got a passing game going. That's really good. CJ, he doing his thing like always. So yeah, we look good out there.
Has CJ come back strong? He was away from the team for a little while.
Oh yeah, he come back strong. Like he ain't miss a beat. Like if the ball in his area, he grabbing it. His hands is for sure. So glad to see CJ on the same page as we all are.
We were having a conversation last week about kick return, and do you put your fastest guy back there, or do you not want to risk it? So are you involved at all on any of the special teams right now?
Yes sir. I'm working. Like we ain't put kick return in yet, but I'm on kickoff right now. Yeah, so looking good to hit somebody.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you like that part of it?
Oh yes,
little
sir.
contact?
Yes sir.
And we talked last week that you're known for scooting down the sidelines away from folks, but you hit a safety if you got to, linebacker.
Yeah, of course. Hitting ain't no problem to me. We were just working drills today. I surprised Coach Weaver, so yeah, so he liked me at the kickoff, you know what I'm saying? So
that's cool. I was watching a USC documentary about their run in the early 2000s, and in that national championship, they had Reggie Bush back there doing kick return, one of the most electric guys of all time.
Yeah, because we were showing some videos of Ezekiel Elliott kickoff. So, yeah, running backs, we don't just run the ball, we be everywhere. So.
And how about that, the blocking part of it, the pass protection part of it? How much pride do you take in that?
Oh, it's going good. I take a lot of pride in that. You got to be able to protect your quarterback, protect so that the wide receiver can get a chance to get the ball. So, yeah, I take a lot of pride in pass protection. So, yeah.
We were talking about the plays earlier. Every week, do you go in? You always talk about, like, the scripted plays, that first drive and everything. Yeah. But how often during a game are you looking for a specific look? And sometimes it don't come till, like, the third quarter or the fourth quarter. But is that a thing where you're like, when they do this, we're doing this type of thing?
We got a little checks here and there, audibles. If we see some during the first drive, we'll tell Coach Foster, like, look, they doing this, so could we do it like the next go around? So yeah, just knowing what the defense doing, why you in the game, that's something you got to do. So yeah.
And with a veteran offense, with Holton at quarterback, you and Rajay, the coaches probably listen to you, right?
Oh yes sir.
Yeah. So you got good communication during the game with those guys.
Yes sir.
Keaton Mitchell joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. So Keaton, what's important this week for you? Let's go personally first, but also the team as far as improvement. What's going to be a big deal this week when you go full pads?
When we go full pads, just showing the young guys how we do, how the speed going to be with full pads, how they going to be hitting, just being a leader in all aspects of the game. And yeah, that's really it, just being a leader and letting the young guys know this is what we got to do this week. Protect yourself, take care of your body on and off the field. So yeah.
How much are they saying hydrate, all that stuff?
Oh my God, every minute. People out there catching cramps during practice and after practice.
You have one yet?
Oh no, sir. I take care of my body pretty good.
Good to hear. Because that's important. I remember, doing high school games. That first Friday night of the year, those poor guys, are cramping up every play.
Yeah, you gotta hydrate. Take a little salt, put some salt on your food. Make sure you don't cramp up. So yeah.
Okay, the tips and tricks and everything.
Yeah.
So what's the rest of your Monday looking like? You got any more football stuff to do, or is it all?
Oh yeah, we got a couple of meetings. Then we do a little walkthrough, perfect some things, and we got some more meetings. But mostly taking care of my bodies when we not doing those things, like getting in the training room, getting in the ice tub, and things like that.
How do you stay engaged in the meetings? It's a lot of meetings. How do you not get bored? How do you not let your brain float off? How do you stay locked into those things?
Oh, for me, Coach Foster, I gotta have me a piece of candy right there. So.
Okay.
But like just looking at things on your own, just looking at like what's gonna be there while we watching film. Like if you not in, like if Raw in on the screen, like I see some things that some tendencies that the defense doing, and yeah, that's just staying awake for real.
NC State, the coaches poll came out today, ranked 13th in the nation when they roll in here.
Okay.
That mean anything to you?
Nah, it don't.
Nothing at all. Doesn't matter. They're just another team on the schedule.
I ain't even know nothing about that.
Okay,
just
well,
focus on the team and what we got to do.
Right. And how about the young guys behind you who stepped up week 1 of practice in the running back room?
All of them did. Really, all of them surprised me. They listening. Actually, like, some guys don't listen, but this group of guys, they listening to me and Rob, taking coaching and doing what they got to do off the field, like perfecting, looking at the signals, getting all the plays, and they doing a great job with that. So I'm proud of them.
And I guess looking back when you first got here, Darius Penix was still on the roster, I believe,
sir.
right? So who was he? Who were the guys that were in your role now? Like, who were you asking questions to?
I was asking questions to DP, Darius Penix, Chase, Trace, and that's really it. And then me and Rob, we just work on our own off the field. Like, we got to watch film together, we'll do that. Getting a playbook together, we'll do that.
Well, that's kind of a big change, right? Because there weren't too many veterans on that team.
Yeah.
And now y'all have gotten old together.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. So we just helping everybody. Like, shoot, I was telling the wide receiver what to do today at practice. And, just helping everybody where I can give help. So
you got a long career ahead of you, but as coaching in your future, many years, it sounds like you're already doing it.
It might be.
Keaton Mitchell joining us. The Hall of Fame game was Thursday night, so we had one football game to watch. Did you watch any of that?
No, I didn't. I went to sleep.
Well, that's probably good. Are you a fan, like, on Sunday? Well, y'all practice on Sundays, right?
Yes, sir.
So how much football do you watch when you're not playing football? You don't get a chance to watch too much, I guess.
I try sometimes if I could fit in there, like watch the football and watch film at the same time. So or look at the game and see what they doing.
Right.
So yeah.
What's your you watch basketball? Anything else? What's your favorite sport to watch on
other
TV?
than football?
Yeah.
I watch some basketball here and there. Yeah.
And ECU baseball.
Oh yeah, ECU baseball.
Good deal. Keaton Mitchell joining us. All right. Did you play Madden at all?
I play 2K.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't play the football video game?
Sometimes.
Who's your running back or your team if you play?
If I play Madden, I use the Chargers.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got Austin Eckler back there catching balls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your 2K team? Who you like to play with?
The Hornets.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You a fan?
Probably not a fan.
You like LaMelo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, he's a smooth guy.
I hope the Hornets will be good one day. It ain't happening here lately though. All right, Keaton. Well, thanks for joining us, man, and good luck this week. And we'll catch up with you again next week.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, the speedster, Keaton Mitchell, joining us.
Charlotte Hornets. Let's go, Keaton.
Yeah, not quite a fan.
Not a fan, but
maybe they can win a few. He'll be back fully on board. All right, that does it for the Delcor Players Lounge here on a Monday. Still might talk to a few of the Pirate players later on this week, so stay tuned for that. And all the rest of the ECU football talk, high school football talk, NFL. We are rocking and rolling here. August the 8th, one day closer to Pirate football. We're pumped up about it for Shirley Rhodes, CJ Schaefer, and the Chan Man. I am Clip Brock. That's it for this Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll be back with you Tuesday, 3 o'clock, for an all-new edition of PRL. We will talk to you then. So long, everybody.
Country Mart has been... So...